Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to the WWE RAW Watch Along. It is Monday, April 14th, and it is finally time for the Raw Go Home show into WrestleMania 41. Happy WrestleMania week, everyone. We're here. It's official. It's happening. There's no stopping it now. It is definitely happening. With that being said, let me turn on Raw. I'm going to get the audio going for everybody in just a second. We're still 3 minutes away. However, good stuff announced. Oh wow, this is super loud. Wow, I just realized that was on. Okay. Anyways, let me mute it in the meantime. I didn't even realize I had that going. Oh yeah, so I don't remember what I was saying. All right, I'm gonna get the audio going once the show actually begins, and then we'll go ahead and watch that. But yeah. The other thing I was gonna say was that they officially announced that Seth, Roman, and Punk are gonna be on Raw today. So I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to see what else they do in that whole story and that whole build up to night one WrestleMania main event. So, yeah, there's quite a bit, man. But I want to start off by thanking Brandon Rosen. He says, the hardest working gal in pro wrestling today. Thank you so much, Brandon, who's been a part of the DWO now for 18 months. So, thank you so much, Brandon, for being so supportive. That's it, guys. Like, this is the busiest week of the year in the pro wrestling content creation podcasting world. It is a lot. I actually finally finalized my WrestleMania schedule, and that's all set. I think I have at least, I don't even know, I think it's like 10 events that I'm supposed to be at, plus 2 WrestleMania watch-alongs, plus 2 Busted Open podcasts, plus all the editing in between. So yeah, this is going to be probably the biggest event in a while for sure. I mean, usually every single WrestleMania week is really, really stacked and loaded, but I truly feel like there are so many more events happening this year. And truth be told, like, I'm going to attend 10 events that I know of right now. And I don't even think I'm covering 10% of what is going on during WrestleMania week. So that should kind of put it into perspective as to how much is happening there. So yeah. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot, but I can't wait. And yeah, we're going to have a good time. We got Corey MacArthur, who kicks us off with our first super chat of the night. He says, yay, WrestleMania week. How are you, Denise? I'm doing good. By the way, Raw is about to start, but I'm doing good primarily because I got my WrestleMania schedule done. Finally, I did my taxes yesterday. They've been approved. I'm good to go. So all of the things that I was kind of worried about a couple days ago, I'm maybe not so worried right now. So now I feel a little bit more put together in terms of that. And also I what do you call it? Just have to like pack and get some other stuff ready. And other than that, I am good to go. I am ready to go. So thank you so much, Corey. And then, holy cow, what a way to kick off WrestleMania week. Stuart Bridgman, you didn't have to, but thank you so much. He says, please enjoy Vegas, get yourself a shirt or whatever from me. It's all for you. You do for us. Stuart, seriously, thank you so much. I'm staying about like 15 minutes away from Allegiant Stadium, actually, which is just showing on the screen right now. So this will definitely help with my Uber rides. So my Lyft, because I do Lyft. I don't do Uber, I do Lyft. But I still say Uber anyways, because I'm just so used to saying Uber. But I do Lyft. So yeah, this will definitely help with those Lyft rides. So thank you so much, Stuart Bridgman. You are too kind. You have shown a lot of generosity to me, so thank you so much. Please, guys, give the chat some love. Chat, please give Stuart some love in the chat. That would be really freaking awesome if you guys could do that. So thank you so much, Stuart. Today's a good day, guys. Today is a good day. You know what? in honor of Stuart Bridgman sending in this massive super chat, I'm going to make a quick announcement, and I haven't announced it anywhere. And mind you, I announce everything on Twitter. But today, I officially signed a contract and have landed myself an agent, and it is with one of the top agencies in Los Angeles. So I could not be more freaking thrilled. So today I just feel like it's a good day. So thank you so much, Stuart, for the super chat. And I really, really just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much to everybody who's congratulating me. I'm so excited. That's kind of why I feel like I have a little extra pep in my step today. Truthfully, a little extra pep in the step. Thank you so much to everybody. I'm very, very excited. It's so crazy because for years I was like trying to get an agent, and it was just so hard. And you guys know how tough it is. If you don't know, it's very, very tough out here in Los Angeles to make it in anything, whether you want to be an actor, a singer, a comedian, a broadcaster, a host, whatever it is that you want to be. It's very, very tough competition out here. So the fact that this came to me was a very, very cool thing. So I'm very excited to see where this takes me and what it leads to. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Stuart. We got Sven Big, who says, hey, Denise, you're truly the best. Thank you, Sven. Thank you so much for being a member now of the DWO for 13 months. And my favorite number. We also got D. Martin 5th. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, WrestleMania week. Hope all is well. I'm so excited. I'm going to be at all the WrestleMania After Dark events. I just got approved for that today. So there's going to be a lot. If you follow me on social media like Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, I will be updating you guys on everything that I possibly can. When I'm on the ground at WrestleMania, I also got a couple of preview pictures. I can't post them, unfortunately, but I did see a couple of preview pictures of some of the stuff that they're going to have out in Las Vegas, like WWE stuff that's going to be around the city. I got some pictures sent to me today, and I can't share them though, but from what I saw, it looks very, very cool. And I only saw a few. I only got to see like 5 or 6 things. So if you're going to be at WrestleMania, there's going to be a lot of like cool photo ops and things like that, things of that nature. Dean Martin 5th, thank you so much for the super chat. Sven Big also says, thank you, Sven. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. You are too kind, so sending you some good karma your direction. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we also got Chris Ledeck, who says, I'll be in Vegas too. I'm going to night 1. Yes, yes. Maybe I'll see you at one of the events there at WrestleMania. I won't physically be at WrestleMania, but I will be at all the events surrounding WrestleMania. So, man, you're going to have a good time, Chris.
With Jey Uso.
Also, thank you so much to Dennis27265 for this very generous super chat. From Denise to Dennis, thank you so much. Sorry, I had to. I had to. I always have to throw it in there. We're getting Gunther out here, by the way. Dennis, thank you so much, man. I think I saw a comment from Dennis. I don't think, where did it go? I saw it somewhere. Where did it go, Dennis? I saw that you put a comment in here. Hold on, I'm looking for it.
As a man who does interviews,
thank you so much. Here it is. He says, how much do you actually lift? You truly rock and deserve it all. Bro, after doing my taxes this a few days ago, let's just say I'm single-handedly keeping Lyft in business. It's wild, man. Those shits add up, bro. They add up. It's like $5 here, $10 there, $20 there. It's insane. Dennis, thank you so much, man. So, all right, I'll continue afterwards. Let's see what
tonight, but Gunther, let's
Gunther has to say.
2 weeks ago, you left Jey Uso's brother Jimmy bloodied in the middle of this ring, and it caused Jey Uso to march down here last week. Different person.
Last week, Jey walked down here, he looked me in the eye, and he told me that he's not afraid of me no more. Last week, Jey came down here.
Damn, he's getting massive boost today, Gunther. That's good.
Let me get to the points.
I'm so happy he's
Tonight,
generating
I'm here
this
to
kind
let
of heat
you
after that
and
beat down
everybody
on
else in
Jimmy.
your eyes and tell you that Jey Uso is full of crap.
Listen,
Where
guys, I
are they
understand
at
you're all
today?
frustrated. I understand you're all frustrated, but speaking of
Oh,
frustration,
Sacramento.
Gunther, it
Okay.
appears
Oh, hey,
that you're
Sacramento
a bit
is
frustrated,
lit.
and we saw what
I
happened
think they're
last
lit
year at
because they know it's the
WrestleMania.
go home
When you
show to
walked in-
WrestleMania for Raw. They're doing good.
Screw
This
your
crowd is like,
question. Screw
look at them.
Jey
They're on
Uso.
fire.
What?
Let's go,
Screw
NorCal.
everything
NorCal.
Jey Uso stands for. And screw everybody who stands with him. Ever since I stepped foot in this company, I am the greatest gift this company has ever received.
I mean, those chops are a great gift
Of my time
when you're looking
in
at
this
them, not when
company,
you're
I
receiving
have
them.
been a champion. And right now, I am the greatest world heavyweight champion of all time.
All right, Gunther, I love you, but you might be pushing it. And mind you, I'm a big fan.
And I refuse to let somebody like Jey Uso ruin that for me.
Yo, I think Sacramento just
Do it as much
they
as
are
you want.
they
I
are
don't care.
hella
Jey, I urge you, put your
into
chest
Jey.
out. Walk into WrestleMania with more confidence than you ever had, because it won't matter. At the end of the day, the bell has to ring. And when that happens, you still can't lace my boots. And I will still put you down for a fourth consecutive time.
Damn. Damn, I just realized that this is the fourth match with Jey and Gunther. That's wild. Can you imagine if they had Jey lose that WrestleMania? That would be so messed up.
For the last 2 weeks, I've been accused. The last 2 weeks, I've been told you went too far with Jimmy. You lost control. Jey, trust me one thing. In 37 years of my life, I have never lost control.
I believe that. I believe that. Gunther seems like he has a really good regimen and also very disciplined.
When I took a bath in your brother's blood, I was in full control and I loved it. And Jey, I want you to go pray to the Lord. Thank him that I was in control 2 weeks ago, because it wouldn't have been. I would have drowned you both in Jimmy's blood.
Hey, this might be one of Gunther's like best promos.
And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward next week calling my mother and telling her how much I enjoyed it.
Oh, damn. His mom?
Out of Jey Uso and walk out of WrestleMania.
Now I need to meet Gunther's mom.
The world heavyweight champion.
That's it. She's now somebody I need to meet. I want to meet Gunther's mom so badly. Yes, I agree with everybody, by the way. Jolie here says, nice, Gunther, great promo. Yo, he was on it today, guys.
Let us know how he
Man.
feels. He is not intimidated at all.
No, he's definitely not.
I assume you are.
Oh my God. Okay, let me catch up here with some of the comments and super chats and everything everyone's saying.
You know,
Thank you so much, Chris Ledeck, who says, congrats on signing with a new agency. I'll be in Vegas both nights. I hope to meet you. I'm staying at Caesars because I'm loaded. Hell yeah. I've never stayed at Caesar's Palace, and I've gone to Vegas a bunch, so that's how I know you're loaded. Chris, yes, I hope to meet you. I will be, I'll be tweeting like where I'm at and things like that as the days go on. Thank you so much, Chris, for the love, and I hope you have a good time in Las Vegas. I know you'll have a good time in Las Vegas. We got Larice Johnson, who just became a brand new DWO member. Larice, thank you so much. And then Dennis sent in another super chat. Dennis, you freaking rock, man. The D power, you know? Oh, and don't take that out of context, guys. The internet has ruined my first initial, okay? And Dennis's first initial. We got Steven Marchulli who says, enjoy Vegas. When you think will be the Orton match? I'm still under the assumption that it's going to be Solo Sikoa. And I'm surprised that they still haven't announced anything, unless they're saving it until the last SmackDown right before WrestleMania. They might be, but I felt like they should have promoted it already. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But I'm thinking Solo Sikoa, if not Nick Aldis. And those are really the only thoughts I have right now in regards to those, in regards to that, like the only predictions. Thank you, Steven. We got Miktaru. Miktaru, thank you so much for tuning in. Miktaru says, hey, Denise, finally I'm here and happy to be here again this week and hope you're doing well. I kind of miss what promo Gunther says. I'm kind of late. Just to kind of highlight a little bit of Gunther's promo, he basically just said, like, that he never loses control. People were saying he lost control after what he did to Jimmy, but that he did not, and he enjoyed every single minute of it, and that he's going to do the same thing to Jey at WrestleMania, and then afterwards he's going to call his mother, and I'm assuming he's going to call his own mother. I think he said he was going to call his mother, and he's going to talk to his mother all about it. So that was just a brief rundown of Gunther's promo. And truth be told, it was a good one because he was angry and it just, it hit well for sure. All right, 1 second, guys. I'm going to start a separate recording here on as you guys know, I record 2 streams at the exact same time. So, and every single time I exit and start, I have to reformat the entire stream, meaning that I have to like input the Netflix. It's a whole thing. All right, but in the meantime, let me get the audio back on since the break is over. Well, there's still a break, but Liv's out there dancing, so I'll leave that on for everybody. Miktaru, thank you so much. And let me go through some of the other comments because I haven't had a chance to shout people out. There's a lot of people in here I want to say hello to. So if I haven't gotten to you, I will try to. I'm going to work my way there. Let me just back up a little bit. We got Jay Moscow in the building. What's up, Jay? Hope you're having a good week. We got Ben Rankin. He says he loves the NXT recaps with Chinadu. Hell yeah, man. Chinadu and I have become fast friends. Michael Caputo says, so happy I subbed to your channel 2 months ago. You're the best, Denise. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel now and taking part now in several streams. And no, I've been having a good time, like trying out different types of content and different types of videos that have been going up on the channel. So thank you, Michael. We have the infamous DJ1 here. We got Maggie. We got Fragment of the Creators as NWO for life. We got Jolie. We got Taylor. We got Philip Sanchez in here. We got Ray's Peace. We got Tiger Claw Gaming. And we got Andy Nerschel. We got Philip. I already said Philip Sanchez. Hold on. We got Kyle Taylor Richardson in here.
And Bayley.
He says Gunther not dressed as Mr. Bean this week. That's an improvement. We got the Sniper, Manuel. We got Desi, baby. We got Pike Bishop, Super Pro. Let's see. We got Megan. Yeah, nice to see you, Megan. Says, hey, everybody, my birthday's on April 26th this month. Ooh, your birthday's just a couple days, like a week or 2 away? I hope you have a good one, Megan. We got King Michael Gang 123, Double S, Keon Davis. We got Mergis Antonio. Thank you so much for tuning in, Mergis. We got Todd Wesley, Big G.
We were asked to be a part of such
Ahmed. Nice to see you, Ahmed.
The Hall of Fame.
We got Bryn Hawking in here. What else do we got? I'm trying to go through all of these. We got Bill Ritchie, MJB.
WrestleMania.
Oh, we got Sarah. Sarah, nice to see you, Sarah. Pike Bishop, Joker, J321, Chris E. JB from Georgia.
I told you, insufferable.
I feel like a teacher. I'm just calling out attendance at this point. Zeno Hours in the building. Rowdy the Cat is here. J0 is here. Johnny T. Let me just go through some more. We got Janica. We got CJ. No, I'm sorry. CIOS57. Thank you so much for coming in. Wait, hold on. CIO. We used to work together? What's your first name? Tell me what your name is. I can't tell from your picture. Hold on. I gotta put my glasses on. And where in the Citadel did we used to work together? Hold on. I'm looking closely. Wait, did you used to work at Coach with me? I can't really tell from your default. Give me details. I need details. Because it's been a very, very long time. So thank you for finding me. That's so funny. I've spoken before about working at the Citadel, and it was awful. I hated it. I hated it. All right, let me go through some more comments. We got home wrestling links of vitamin D. Everybody's here getting their dose of vitamin D. We got Nick Blues. Let's see. Yeah, they did ruin L too. That's true.
I'll be the
All right,
first
let's
to
see
admit
what Bianca
that
has to
lately
say.
I've been in my head. Everything that's happened with Jade and Naomi, it really messed me up. And now this whole situation with Io and Rhea has brought out a different version of me. But different isn't wrong. My road to WrestleMania has been filled with nothing but blood, sweat, and tears. Not no complaining, no whining, no excuses, no, just straight facts. I've been doing nothing but standing up for myself and speaking the truth.
That's true. Bianca Belair is literally been making probably the most sense out of everybody.
And you don't have to like the truth, but you can't deny it. Just like I can't deny that now it's a triple threat. Yeah, I've been through a lot, but I'm still the best. So I'm gonna use everything that I've been through to be the Bianca that I know that I can be. I'm the Bianca that won Elimination Chamber.
God, I wonder if she's gonna keep her WrestleMania streak or not.
And I am the
I legitimately have no idea.
Is the quickest, the greatest, the best Bianca that you have.
Part of me wants her to, but I also don't think she is.
Because there's nothing that Rhea or Io can do to stop me from getting my flowers and walking out of WrestleMania as champion. Because you cannot spell WrestleMania without EST.
So Carlos, yes, from Coach, I remember you. I think you used to work in the stock department, right?
Sunday.
I'm pretty positive you used to work in the stock department, right? I hope I got that right. We got Sean Swayze. What's up, Sean? I promise I'll get that right now. Sean Swayze. We got Darkwing 19, Jordy Griffin, Ryan Sully. Let's see what else we got. Let me go through some more comments.
To take on Liv
Let me make
Morgan
sure I got it.
and
Oh, we got David Hall. What's up, David?
For the women's
We
tag
got
team
Manuel.
title.
Nice to see you, Manuel. We got EC LMPD also here.
And
We got Eduardo Lozano. What's up? It is a cool looking building. The Citadel. It is. Oh, Carlos! Yes, I remember. I remember you. Hope you're doing well. That's so funny. God, it's been years. Years. We got the guy Day Day in the building. What's up, Day Day? So said Bo, Aaron Teagle, Ray Bevis, Nazir James. All right, I think I got almost everybody. If not, I will make sure to let you at some point throughout the show.
Liv Morgan and
All right, here we go.
They are the greatest women's
We got
tag
this,
team of all time.
what are we doing? Liv and Bayley?
Tag team champs. They can lose that
Wow, I
Sunday
feel like
to
they could
Bayley
have
and
done
Liv
Liv and Bayley at WrestleMania instead. Instead of it being a tag team match at WrestleMania, they've reversed it.
That had been building.
Victaru, thank you so much for gifting 5 DWO memberships. Hell yeah, Victaru. Thank you so much. Guys, send some love to Victaru. Hope some of you guys got some of those memberships. I'm not sure how YouTube decides who gets what, but it's done automatically. Thank you, Victaru.
Piece for Bayley.
Bayley misses wildly with the right hand. Liv Morgan ducks underneath the clothesline, and Bayley takes her down, does press, and now Bayley. Shades of Stone Cold Steve Austin hammering away on Morgan.
Darkwing says that did not sound like 254 names. Not everyone takes part in the chat.
Give me a hell yeah.
What's up, Sid Stalker?
Can't wait for that.
Even Julie says Bianca is turning. It's so weird because Rhea has been more of the heel, yet she's obviously cheered because, you know, she's Rhea Ripley. And Bianca is clearly the baby face, yet she's been booed because they've just been booing her. Like, the crowd want Bayley. The crowd
Accomplish
wants
just about
Bianca
Close
to
home
turn
here, be
heel
loved
to the
by the
point where
WWE
they're
universe
turning
for good
her.
reason.
They're the
Morgan,
ones
speaking of
turning
accomplishing
Bianca at this
Yeah, Liv
point.
Morgan's had quite the year.
Thank you, Steven.
She's worked her ass off.
Nice to see you, Chris. Thank you so
Gotten
much for
better every
tuning in
single day.
again
Yeah,
to
she
the
lets you know about
watch
it, too.
along.
Oh, Morgan into the corner.
She's from New Jersey. She's very
Med
talented.
here says we want Io to retain her
She'll let
title
you know.
because she lost
Bayley
at
will put you on
WrestleMania.
your
She didn't.
back
She lost.
with the
She lost
quickness
last
they
year
can.
too, right?
Bayley
She lost
knows how
last
to
year
have
against
success at
Bayley.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Remember last year, Pat, she won the Rumble, went on to win the
Thank you so much, Corey
WWE
MacArthur, who gifted one
Championship.
DWO membership. Yes. Thank
She
you,
was
Corey.
afraid for a while over the past few months, and I had some
Thank you so much for
candid
tuning in to
conversations
Mike
with her that
Kowinski.
She wasn't going to make it to WrestleMania.
We got Mike Rouse in here. What's
Be able
up,
to
Mike?
punch the ticket Friday night with the gauntlet match win.
I still can't believe we are so close. to
Tiger Claw
WrestleMania.
Gaming says, I think it goes by who watches your
Quite the
videos most.
Yes,
Anytime
it
I forget
is.
to
In Las
resub,
Vegas.
I'm gifted a free membership. Oh, shit. I'm sure
Nice
YouTube
suplex by
has
Bayley, floats into the cover
its
for the win on
methods
Morgan
of
and a
how they
kick out. We're
pick who
sold out
gets
tonight.
gifted memberships.
14,158 on
I
hand
was
for the
in
final
one of
Monday
those,
Night Raw before WrestleMania.
I was in one of those meetings
The
with
Golden One Center in the
with
capital of
YouTube
California,
where they were
Sacramento.
talking about their memberships, and somebody asked
Nice
the
counter
rep,
by
like,
Liv
hey,
Morgan.
how does YouTube decide
Rebalance
who
everything.
gets memberships when they're
Bayley, go
gifted?
crafty.
And the rep literally
Oh,
said
nice
he didn't
deep
know.
arm drag by
So either he
Bayley sending
doesn't
Morgan
know
across the ring.
legit,
Absolutely.
or
Bayley
maybe
now.
just
Oh,
didn't
nice
want
back
to
suplex
like share
delivered to
it. I'm
Morgan,
not
and
really too
Bayley's
sure.
rolling.
I
And
believed
you
him
can
when he
see
said he
some
didn't know.
confidence
So
is
I guess it just
come back to
depends on the
Bayley here
YouTube
tonight.
Liv
algorithm.
Morgan obviously heading for the hills here, hiding behind Raquel, trying to catch up with her either.
Bayley with a big smile and a glance up at the
We got JJ with a super chat. Thank you so much, JJ, who says, have a wonderful stream. I'm at work. Hashtag Team Punk. First of all, hope your day at work goes by fast. Nothing's better than a fast
Liv
work
Morgan
day.
is nasty
And I am
as
also
shrewd as
Team
they
Punk.
come.
Thank you
And
so
now
much,
Liv,
JJ.
outside the ring, delivers the first suplex, and as she rolls the hip, she sets up now for the Three Amigos.
On the outside, go.
Made great by the late, great Eddie Guerrero. And now Morgan going for the third Amigo, but a block by Bayley. And Bayley able to deliver a knee to the midsection and send Morgan right into the steps.
Two suplexes onto the outside.
Oh, no.
Knee to the stairs from Bayley.
And Morgan then
Poor
stomping
Bayley.
on the
He just
hand
took
of
a knee
Bayley as
straight
well.
to
And this
the,
could be a disaster off the steps into a suplex.
Yeah, I agree with Race Pierce. It says, damn, Three Amigos on the outside is wild. I know. That's what I was thinking about right now. You don't often see that.
Liv Morgan suddenly has taken control of this entire matchup.
Thank you so much to Sammy. Thank you
watching,
so much
Raquel.
for the super chat.
Oh,
Says,
and a
do you
kick
think
out.
we will see Alexa
Raquel
Bliss and Nikki
distracted us
Cross
here.
at WrestleMania after Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez
saying
beat
that she's
Bayley
so
and Lyra Valkyria?
Yeah, it's
I
great.
feel
Oh,
like,
she tells me all the time, Raquel.
given the
Yeah.
fact
Oh,
that
and
we
what a
haven't
kick by
seen Alexa
Liv
Bliss,
Morgan.
it's
How can you
really
stand-
hard
how can you
to
stand being around her?
navigate
That's what I'd like to
when
know.
or what we're going to see from them. But in order to move the
You know, she
women's
takes
division
credit for
forward,
everything in your career.
we really do need to know
Uh-oh.
who's
Gotta
next
find
for Liv
Count the
and
breakdown.
Raquel, because
And she
even
does.
Bayley and Lyra were completely
Raquel
thrown
doesn't mind
together
winning.
for this
Oh, and a
WrestleMania
cheap
match.
shot by Rodriguez.
And you know, it's kind of a bummer that they
All
didn't
of
have
Liv
any
Morgan's
real
antics are-
plans for either
Here's
Bayley
the
or
cover
Liv
now by
Morgan,
Morgan.
who are
Hook of the
some
leg.
of your
All
top
of
female
Liv's
stars.
antics
And
are
with that
rubbing
being
off
said,
on
Alexa
Raquel
Bliss is
Rodriguez.
another top
She used
female
to be a
star,
nice person.
and it didn't seem
She's
like
a
they had
great
plans for her
professional,
either.
good
So,
sport.
Start hanging out at the
so I
Judgment Day
mean, I would
Clubhouse.
love to see Alexa. I would
That's
love
where
this
things start
scenario
going
to play
sideways.
out,
You need a
Sammy.
clubhouse.
But it's
Nah,
really
I'm
hard to try to
okay.
predict just because,
Especially with what
again,
they doing there.
I don't even remember the last time we saw
Always
Alexa
in
Bliss on
disarray. I
TV.
don't love
I
that.
do know that
Back
the
elbow
last one
by
I
Bayley.
recall was when she was doing like a backstage
Big thing from
segment,
Bayley as well.
and
Slow
they
down,
were still
Liv
doing the
Morgan.
glitching, the Wyatt 6 glitching.
Oh!
But it's been such a long
Road
time
breaker by
since that
Morgan.
happened
Cover
that
now.
I'm not
Backs up Bayley and kick out by
entirely
Bayley
too
at two.
confident. But I mean, at some point, they're probably going to circle back to the
Morgan.
Wyatt 6 stuff with Alexa.
Raquel Rodriguez.
Matter
This is
of
gonna be an
when.
interesting
But
matchup.
they need some surprises
On
for
Sunday, Pat, for the
WrestleMania.
title.
So I
I
think
mean,
it would be cool
Raquel,
to
obviously, the power
do
advantage over
something of
everybody
what
in
like
this
you
match.
painted out here.
Bayley
Thank
is
you
the
so much,
veteran.
Sammy,
Morgan
for the super chat, and that's a really good
multi-time champ. And then
question.
Lyra Valkyria, who really is the wild card in this whole thing. The current
Undertaker says, hey, Denise, when are you leaving to LA for Sin City? I'm leaving Miami and arriving at Vegas on Friday. It's wild. 48 hours to go. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I leave Wednesday, like midday, and I'm arriving right when Dynamite starts. So my plan is to start watching Dynamite on the plane, like, because I'm pretty sure I'm still going to be in the plane when Dynamite starts. So my plan is to watch Dynamite on my phone and check in, still watch Dynamite on my phone, and hopefully I catch the last, I'm hoping 40 minutes in my hotel room. And then I have the post show with Reg. So I already told Reg that in case I missed anything, he's going to have to fill in some of the things I don't see. So I'm going to try to watch obviously all of Dynamite, but I'm for sure going to not miss that Mercedes Athena match, and I'm not going to miss Will Ospreay and Kainoshika Takeshita. So, yeah. But, yeah, so this Wednesday is going to be a little crazy because I'm literally landing right as Dynamite starts.
Over 14,000 sold out.
Rudio, thank you so much for the super chat. Rudio says the final step to WrestleMania Vegas. Time to pull over to use the restroom and take a picture of the big thermometer. Hope to see you there this weekend. Rudio, I hope to see you too. If anybody runs into me at any point, please say hello. Do not be shy. It makes my day when people say they actually know me. It's very nice. Makes me feel good. So don't be shy. I've had a couple of people that have told me they've been too shy. And I always tell them, please don't be. Do not be too shy. Do not be shy at all. Unless I'm running. Believe it or not, if you see me running, then maybe just holler. Oh, shit. Bayley just went face first into the turnbuckle. And legit, there are times where I will be running. You'll just see some crazy lady running by with her gear. Oh!
Now Morgan with that
trying to make it somewhere, but for the most part, I'm all right.
Of the head cover now for the win and a kick out at 2.
Thank you, Rudio.
Raquel arguing with the official.
If you're driving to Vegas, by the way, there's also that
surprised he can count to 3, but nonetheless, Morgan
7 magic mountains.
Liv Morgan
I don't remember what it's called, but it's those colorful rocks.
It was over. Bayley
they have those colorful rocks on the way too. So
now Liv's taking to the sky.
In case you're interested in that.
Second rope, Morgan.
Usually a popular pit stop on the way to Las Vegas.
Trying to turn Morgan into a Boston
Thank you, Rudio.
Liv trying to counter. Oh, Morgan stacks up Bayley and a kick out by Bayley at 2.
I still feel like this should have been a WrestleMania match.
Looks for a quick victory. Bayley kicks out at 2 again, and Bayley this time caught her with the knee.
Those are 2 massive knees.
But remember the knee injured on the steps earlier tonight, Pat.
Absolutely. Another sunset flip buckle bomb.
And this time it connects. Bayley drags Morgan back toward the center of the ring. Cover now for the victory. And a kick out by Liv Morgan.
What's up, Servasha? Thank you so much for tuning in.
With a flurry of offense there.
J Grouse 9, nice to see you. Hey, what's up, Andy Nerschel?
Sacramento growing restless.
David Hall.
Over for Bayley. They thought it was
like what? David Hall says our short people legs more comfortable on airplanes than tall people with long legs. Look,
battle underway between
it's still worse for people with long legs, and I know it is because even as a short person with short legs, I still don't feel like I have room. When I'm on planes, I don't feel like I have room. And then I look to like the right or the left of me and I see people way bigger. And I'm like, yo, if I'm uncomfortable and I feel like I don't fit, how do you feel? So yeah, it definitely still sucks, but way better to have short legs on planes. Thank you, David.
Of one half of the tag champs.
Liv thinks that's exactly what she needed.
And now a drop kick off the apron, and Bayley's in deep, deep trouble. Morgan may have injured herself as well as she came down
It's so wild to me how they didn't have like any major singles matches for Liv Morgan for WrestleMania. After the year that Liv Morgan had, I feel like she should have had a much bigger matchup.
What's it going to take for either one of these women to put the other one away?
Mike Centeni says, what's your Taco Bell order? Hey, did you get that idea from Sabrina Carpenter? You just asked that to Billie Eilish. I saw that today on the news. Yes, that's the news for me.
Bayley on. Morgan out. In trouble. Bayley now.
My Taco Bell order
where she wants her.
Our 2
Hangs
chicken
her up on
chalupas and the Nacho
second
Bel
rope.
Grande.
Liv was looking
Oh!
And that's it. Just the
Liv was
and a
able to
drink.
reverse it, then
Like a Diet Coke.
sneak out.
So Nacho Bel
Neckbreaker.
Grande and 2 chicken
Now,
chalupas
Morgan off the
with
second rope.
hot sauce.
Oh, caught by
Thank
Bayley.
you, Mike.
A stutter of sorts for Bayley as Morgan came off
Hey, what's
the
up,
ropes.
Foxes Never Quit? Thank
And
you so
now
much for
Bayley with
tuning
a
in.
belly to belly.
Tanisha Hicks, welcome.
Critical moment
Guys,
of this
by the
match.
way, this match is pretty
Covered by
good.
Bayley for the win.
They're kind of just like
And
beating
now
each other up.
Rodriguez putting Morgan's foot on the bottom rope. And Lyra Valkyria's had it up.
Oh, there's Lyra, yeah.
Attacking Rodriguez.
She's there to have her
Bayley had the
friends
match
back.
won until
Well, apparently they're
Raquel
friends now.
Rodriguez got involved, and now a big boot to the Intercontinental Champion.
Lyra sticking up for a WrestleMania teammate.
And Bayley making Raquel Rodriguez pay.
Flipping Raquel upside down.
Backstabber by Morgan.
Ah, shit. Man, Bailey's gonna get screwed.
Liv going for a
Oh, wait,
Olympian.
no, she's not.
Lyra Valkyria helping out Bayley.
Never mind. No, she's
Bayley with
not.
a
Oh my God, is
cover.
Bailey finally gonna get a win? Hey, yo. Look at Bailey finally getting a win here. But I think we all know that Liv and Raquel are retaining.
Lyra
Let's be
Valkyria says,
real.
guess what?
We all know
Turnabout is
that they're
fair
retaining.
play. Morgan was going for the Oblivion and the win. Valkyria
Love for Boost
helped
says
Bayley,
Nacho Bel
and the
Grande, no
momentum
beans, no
shifts to the
tomatoes,
challengers
with extra nacho
for
cheese.
tag
Oh, I do the
titles
beans. Throw the beans in
Sunday
there.
at WrestleMania.
Throw them in there.
Bayley and Lyra got to be flying high, heading into Las Vegas for their tag team title opportunities as Raquel and Liv Morgan were outsmarted by the brand new.
Yeah, they ain't winning at WrestleMania, guys. Jay Mosca points out the same thing. Liv and Raquel are retaining. Yeah, for real.
WrestleMania week,
For
including
reals.
Friday and Monday. The Pat McAfee show will be live on ESPN, 9 o'clock local, 9 o'clock Pacific, noon on the East Coast from WWE World. I'll be there, part of Pat's show. And what a
I
lineup we
can't
got for
wait
Monday.
to go to
Yeah,
WWE
Friday.
World.
Monday as
It's
well,
actually
but
one of my
Friday
favorite
includes
things to do every
the
single
original
year.
tribal chief, Roman
I love to
Reigns,
just
is
walk
joining us
around
at
and
9:15 local
see the
and then
exhibits and
King
take
of Kings,
pictures
the
and do the
Cerebral
photo
Assassin.
ops.
Mr.
I also like
H
to
will be
watch
joining
people
us
do
in
the
second hour. We hope you will join us for
I
a
like to see people
celebration
do
of
the
WrestleMania
superstar
to kick off the
entrance.
whole weekend.
A lot of other
I usually
special
like to
guests
like
as
hang
well
around and
on
watch
Friday.
people
We're
do
speaking
them.
Roman Reigns,
It
the
can be
main
pretty
event on
fun.
WrestleMania Saturday.
And then obviously
Roman,
walking
Seth,
and doing
CM
the
Punk.
whole the superstore area. All of that's very cool.
I'm gonna force you, my tribal chief, out of your comfort
Christy Parker
zone.
says Heyman looks
Because at
nervous.
WrestleMania,
Dude has
in
like
the main event,
he looks
in my
he has just
corner,
years and years of
your
stress.
wise man,
Years
my
and years of
best
stress is
friend,
what it looks like he has.
Paul Heyman.
Rudio says I would have preferred Bayley versus Lyra versus Roxanne at Mania. Bro, they could have thrown in Bayley, Lyra, Roxanne, Liv. Screw it. Fatal 4-way. Let's effing go. Honestly, but hey, that's what we're at. Jake Brown says WB World where you walk around. Yeah, you can Oh, you're saying I should stream. So I'm planning on it, but I first have to do an internet Wi-Fi check when I get there. I would hate to promote a live stream and then get there and then not have my Wi-Fi working in the convention center. So once I get there, I'm gonna test my internet, and if I'm getting good reception, then I will stream live at the World and do like a walk around tour like I did last time. I really want to, so hopefully I can make it work. If not, either way, I'm gonna do like a vlog or something, so it'll be fine.
I feel bad for you, Paul Heyman. You are in a very
Kyle says, what's your go-to pizza topping? Pepperoni and jalapeno. Can't do no jalapeno. I need to have jalapenos on my pizza.
From the situation entirely,
so good.
And let me and Punk and Roman.
We got McTaro here who says, why does this feel like Bayley heel turn is coming at WrestleMania? I don't know that I feel like it's coming, but I wouldn't mind it if it did, just to kind of liven things up for Bayley, because I feel like with Bayley, it's always a bunch of little sprints. It feels like they planned something with Bayley, and then when it ends, and then we kind of just never really get anything. And then they start something up with Bayley again, and then it lasts a little bit, and it ends, and then they don't do nothing again with Bayley. And then they finally decide to do something again with Bayley. It lasts a little bit of time, and it's just that's what I feel like they've been doing with Bayley lately, where it's a lot of stop, start, and go. So I would like to obviously see something more consistent with her, but I think it's pretty obvious that it is what it is.
Now,
I'm thinking they probably feel like, all right, she already had this really big WrestleMania moment last year. So that's probably why she's not having like a big WrestleMania moment this year. That's just my assumption. Thank you, McTaro.
Well, Paul Heyman finds himself in a
Ryan says you should do the superstar
Roman
entrance.
Reigns is expected to
Hell
arrive momentarily.
no.
Logan
That is,
Paul
I
has
would
not
be
been
way too
together since CM
embarrassed.
Punk revealed his favor
Thank you, Ryan.
a couple of weeks ago.
Chris S says WWE needs a great wax museum. Yeah, that would be very cool. I like to see the like a Madame Tussauds. I like to see the Rock. Usually they have the Rock,
no talk continues.
but that's because he's mainstream. David Hall, I have never tried to do the superstar entrance. Never. Thank you so much for the kind comment, Wesley West. Andy Nerschel says, remember Heyman when he walked around with a cordless phone looking like Michael Keaton? Now he looks like he ate Michael Keaton. That was wild. That's not what I was expecting. Let's see. Brent Hawkins says, Denise, are you looking forward to the Paul Heyman on a pole match? Yo, let me hold the pole. Saeed Den Super, thank you for the super chat. Saeed says, dealing with New Jack can cause stress. I mean, sure, but he's carried that stress even long after. Thank you, Saeed.
Coming up on
What's up, Shelton Jackson? Good to see you in here.
Julius Creed of the Creed Brothers live in Sacramento.
All right, I'm going through a couple more comments here. Popping in here. Larice Johnson says he loves pepperoni with extra pepperoni. Oh, wow. I'm good with like the medium amount of pepperoni. Anything more is a little too much for me. But I also like supreme. I do like meat on my pizza, whether it's sausage or either sausage or what's the other one? I do like a barbecue chicken pizza too. Sausage, bacon. I like bacon on it too. Yeah. Pretty much everything. What's up, Carlos Chavez? Thanks for hopping into the watch along.
Still making arenas lose their absolute mind.
Hey, Bubba, what's up? He says, what's up, Denise? What's up, Pat? Last Raw before Mania. Let's go. I love how everybody has like an extra pep in their step today. Everyone knows it's WrestleMania week, so we all have like pretty high. We're all in a good mood with high expectations.
Have they told you something that they haven't told me? He's not a luchador. I thought El Grande Americano was.
All right, what are we getting here today with the?
No, we do not know that.
With Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio. Oh, looks like Rey's wrestling.
With the LWO.
Did they announce that match already? Am I forgetting what he's doing today?
He's been such a mentor to these young men. Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, and of course.
Oh, thank you, Jay Grouse. Ray versus Julius Creed. Hey, yo, Ray versus Julius Creed. If they allow this to be good, it can be really, really good. Ray versus Julius, yes.
Probably the most you could be.
You put a metal
I hope they actually
last week did
let them go. If they let them go, it'll be good. We got some stalkers. That's Mexican style pizza, so good too, with chorizo, jalapenos, and more. I love chorizo. So good. So good for breakfast with tortilla and beans on the side. Oh, my heart. If you've never had chorizo with beans and tortilla, oh my God, you haven't lived yet. You haven't lived. Although I'll be honest with you, my stomach always hurts after I have chorizo. Always. It's the only one that ever makes my stomach hurt is chorizo. But the flavor is so good that I don't care. I'm willing to risk it.
I don't think I know what you're talking about.
Stuart Bridgman says your positivity and joy rubs off on all of us. Thank you, Stuart. I'm glad to hear that, man. Sometimes it's just there's too much going on in the world that is just bad and negative. We just need some positivity, man. Every now and then. Every now and then. Thank you, Stuart. Sin Stalker says so bomb, chorizo, rice, and beans with fresh tortillas. Sin Stalker has lived. Carlos
He's got
Chavez
stuff.
says, can't
Can't
forget
spill
the
the night as he
potatoes.
prepares for
Carlos
El
Chavez
Grande
has
Americana
lived.
at WrestleMania. Where is the old luchador?
ECLMPD has
We're all kind of
lived.
wondering the same thing.
Manuel says, why do you always make me hungry
be
during
anywhere.
these streams? Yo, man, I so badly want to go to my grandma's house and tell her to make me some like bomb ass chorizo, because I can't make that myself. I don't know how to do that. Sheldon Jackson says the fact that Chelsea and Sammy aren't on Mania is a travesty. I'm hoping it's not too late for them to announce something for Chelsea. As for Sammy, that's really weird. I don't even know what to say about that. That's super weird. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I missed something? I don't know.
19th at 10 p.m. Pacific. It will feature
Thank you, Sheldon Jackson.
Phenom in an intimate setting, sharing never-before-heard stories from his Hall of Fame career. Tickets on sale now via Ticketmaster.com.
Sarah says I'm Polish. My diet was pierogies and kielbasa. I've never even had that, so I'm trusting you, Sarah. I'm trusting you.
And these fat boys,
Salvador says
We're all
WrestleMania
great
weekend
stuff.
scrambled eggs and chorizo.
you got good thighs,
Salvador,
royal wings, you
you're
name it.
living.
Bianca, I can see right through you. You said you were just out there to watch, and then you said you were just out there to call it down the middle. But I can see your true intentions
Rhea's
now.
still so mad about
You
everything.
thrive on playing with my emotions, winding me up like I'm some sort of toy to you, just so you can get what you want and make me seem like I'm the bad guy.
I love you, Rhea, but I think she has been.
Is that when I lose
She's
something
been a little
that
bit
I
of the
love,
bad guy.
I will stop at nothing to get it back.
Look at her. She's got the crazy eyes.
I never had to give you a championship match. But watching you pout and moan, it really pulled on the heartstrings that I had left. So I used a page out of your book, and I got what I wanted to. So, Io, I advise you to cherish every single moment you have with the Women's World Championship. And Bianca, I can't wait to make you feel what it's like when I'm the bad guy. Because at WrestleMania 41, I get back what belongs to me.
I don't know, my ranking in terms of who's going to win, first is Io, then Bianca, and then Rhea. That's just my ranking in terms of, like, I'm assuming Io's looking for title, and if it just the title were to change hands, then I would go with Bianca.
There is Julius Creed. He is set for action.
Before this match starts, we got a very generous super chat from Mike Parker Collects. Mike, so good to see you here on the stream. Mike says, WrestleMania week is always so weird to me. Except until televised events are as the whole wrestling world descends into one place for a week, and it's weird not being wherever it is. Yeah, it's one of those things where until you're in it, until the moment has come, it probably doesn't hit you until like the day of. I remember for me, when I didn't have to go like anywhere and I would stay home and watch WrestleMania, it was one of those things where I would just wake up and be like, oh yay, today's WrestleMania. Cool, it's the day that I get to pig out. Honestly, that's how I used to see WrestleMania. The day that I knew that my uncle was going to order pizza. So one of the things that my uncle always did, like for big wrestling shows, is he would order pizza or, you know, whatever we wanted. And then he would take me to the store like Circle K or, you know, one of 7-Eleven, like one of those types of stores. And he would be like, get whatever you want. And so I would go and grab whatever I wanted and just go and take it up to the register and go home and open my snacks. And it was just something that, you know, obviously good memories and so much fun too. And as a kid, you know, you went, if you've ever had the opportunity to just like run amok at one of those stores to just grab whatever you want, it's like the best feeling in the world. It's the best feeling in the world when an adult says, buy whatever you want from the 7-Eleven and you're good. Obviously, they pay for it. It's great. It's so great. So yeah, Mike, it's the pigging out day. And until the day comes, then you can pig out. Thank you, Mike.
Legendary Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania.
Just like that, quick as a hiccup. Backflip against the rope. Julius Creed
You got
still
Miguel G who says, if you could interview a Rip wrestler, who would it be? Oh, like someone from the past that's no longer with us. Ooh. I mean, obviously Eddie. I was a big Eddie Guerrero fan, so I would have to go with Eddie. And the Macho Man. The Macho Man for sure. The Macho Man, yeah. That's what I would do. Miguel, thank you so much for the question and for the super chat.
Take advantage of it now.
We're watching Julius and Ray.
You're in big trouble. Yeah, just like that. The quickness of Mysterio with that Rana, sending Creed toward the ropes, and Ray now getting fired up.
Jay Moscow says he's gonna have burgers and fries for WrestleMania.
Three-time
Nice.
world champion just got stopped.
I'm going to eat beforehand. I'll be live streaming from my hotel, so I'll probably get some snacks. But I'm kind of, you guys know that I've been counting my calories. So I've been watching my my weight for the last month.
On Monday Night Raw.
My goal, well, I won't get into the details of it, but I hit my goal that I wanted to hit before WrestleMania. I'm trying not to gain it all back at WrestleMania.
On the mat.
Like, it comes quicker than it goes. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that. It comes quicker than it goes.
Not everybody will understand this.
Yeah, so I'm trying to maintain my
take that for what you will.
my weight loss that I had up until WrestleMania.
Telling me a story earlier today. His dad coached amateur wrestling when he was a young child. He used to sleep on the mats in the gym.
Rey Mysterio was doing this when he was doing.
Julius sends him out to the apron, but Rey with tremendous balance. Mysterio with a forearm to the face and Creed back down to the floor, and Rey's going to go high.
Sacramento loves it.
Oh my gosh. Someone has the Terramana. I think someone has a sign about the Rock's tequila sucking in the front row. Is anybody seeing that?
Now Dragon Lee with a little payback.
I'm pretty sure.
Here on Monday Night Raw.
Senior official Chad Patton. We're going to take control. And he sends everybody to the showers. So we're going to get Ray in.
Okay, good. EC Helen PDC did
Julius
too.
One-on-one. Finally.
That's so funny. He's because The Rock loves to promote his tequila. So seeing in the front row a sign that says that it sucks. Kevin Cabeza says, I legit called my local Buffalo Wild Wings to see if they're showing WrestleMania. And you should. If you guys can, like, look up at some places. Some places do show them.
Kicked out at one time. But it's a necessity with this LWO.
Tiger Claw Gaming says Sacramento still salty at Hollywood Rock. Edward says Sacramento still hates The Rock.
Has a big match this weekend.
Ortega says Jesus is going to Foodie. Is there a such thing as Foodie Mania? Because if there is, kind of on it.
Well, he should. He was at ringside watching it all. He even got involved in a big knockdown now by Creed.
I didn't see El Grande Americano out here.
And Julius Creed now, frustrated, pounds away at Mysterio.
Thank you so much to Andrea Price for tuning in to the watch along.
Took too many breaths of that particular air. Was
July 26th is also here.
Two different people, Cole. Julius Creed asked Sacramento if they like what they're seeing.
Louis says Dave and Buster shows matches, but lots of them closed down. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that some of them closed down. I think the ones in my area are still open. But I have gone to watch UFC events at Dave and Buster's in the past. And it was very, very fun. Very, very fun. Here in LA, they have the Cosm. They are showing WrestleMania at the Cosm. But I think the tickets are a little pricey, though. They're not what I thought they would be in terms of the price range that I thought. So that's a little bit of a turnoff, but hey, I guess it is what it is. John Harris says, do LA people fly to Vegas or do they just drive? It depends. I've done both. I've driven, I've flown. This trip around, I'm flying. To be honest, it doesn't really make a difference to me. It's kind of the same length and time.
Again, his brother Brutus, a tremendous amateur wrestler as well, hence the reason that
Dan Lutzka, thank you so much for the super chat, Dan. Good to see you on here on the stream too. It says, are you a White Castle fan? Is there like White Castle alcohol?
Creed looks to beat Mysterio.
I'm pretty sure White
This would
Castle is
not
alcohol,
bode well
right?
for Ray heading to WrestleMania.
I mean, that's
if he
Hold on,
loses
let me
to
just make
Creed
sure.
tonight.
Well, I've never had it. I can
Everybody
answer
wants
that
to
right
have a
now.
win heading into the biggest
But
weekend of the year.
let's see.
General Manager
Is
Adam
it
Pearson
alcohol?
wanted to give Ray a match against
I don't
Gable. Ray
know.
said, I don't want Gable. Well, I do want Gable, but I want
Oh
him in the
no,
match.
you're talking
He
about the
wanted to Americana. He wants to
restaurant.
expose to the world
Oh,
this
the
farce
white.
that's going on
What's
by
that drink that
Well,
I'm
until then,
confusing the
It's
drink?
gonna be hard for me to believe that two
What
people
drink
are the
was
same
I
people.
talking about?
Okay.
You're very gullible.
No, I guess they do have a drink called White Castle. Is that the name of the restaurant?
WWE fans
I think
so
I'm
mad
thinking
at
of
Sacramento
White
now,
Claw.
14,000 trying to will Rey Mysterio
Wait,
on.
hold
Julius
on.
Creed's been
Let me see
dominating
White
this
Claw.
matchup ever since
I
LWO.
think I was
And
confusing them.
American Made were kicked out by official Chad Patton. But
Oh,
Ray
yeah, I
fighting
was
back now.
confusing them. All right, so White
Mysterio,
Claw,
who
I've
takes
never
on El
had,
Grande
and
Americana
White Castle, I've
at
also never had.
WrestleMania.
I don't think
Rey
there's a White
Mysterio.
Castle
And look at this.
in my
Ray tumbles
area, to
hard,
be
and
honest.
Creed hit his spine on the apron.
Great Rana by
Let me
Rey
look.
Mysterio to get Julius Creed out of the ring.
And now Rey Mysterio building some momentum here.
Yeah, see, they are not found in California. That's why I didn't know what you were talking
Ray with
about.
that
Oh,
baseball
shit,
slide
he caught him.
Caught by Creed.
He
What
caught
an
Ray's
incredible move
baseball
and power by
slide.
Julius Creed. He picked Mysterio out of the air, intercepted him. Now he powers him up into a suplex position, and Julius Creed marching up the steps toward the ring.
Are you kidding me right now? Julius Creed's strength.
I'm like, how's he going to get in the ring with him like that?
What we just
Nope.
witnessed. And now a big kick drives Ray back toward the corner. Oh, nobody home! Ray stepped out of harm's way, and Creed post to the shoulder.
So yeah,
Julius
there's
Creed
no
was parading around
there's
the
no
outside of the ring with Rey
White
Mysterio.
Castle here in California,
on
so
top of the
I've
world.
actually
And
never
that was
had it.
incredible,
I'm so sorry,
Julius
Dan.
Creed
That's
just did a
probably
little
why I
bit of
confused it with White Claw.
Catching Mysterio in
And I've
midair,
also never
powering
had
him up,
White
but
Claw.
Mysterio able to counter.
It's so
And now
funny.
Ray,
I'm
top
sorry,
rope where he
Dan.
feels comfortable.
I wish I had a
Ray
better
with a
answer for you.
Hurricanrana from the top, sending
Thank you for the
Creed into
super
the
chat,
corner.
Dan.
This is what Ray wants. Julius reeling, him in charge.
Thank you so much, Zachary. Thank you for watching the videos. Very nice of you.
And WrestleMania fever is building.
Trying to get everybody in the
Here
WrestleMania
tonight
spirit.
on Raw.
Huge rights from Rey Mysterio.
Johnny T says it's junk food, White Castle. Oh,
What is
here
wrong with
drunk
this team?
food is
Uh-oh, again caught. Picked out of midair again. Julius Creed, and what a
Nice.
counter by Mysterio into a DDT. The legendary Rey Mysterio.
so
and a kick
drunk
out by
food here,
Creed.
like the places you go after you like come out of the club.
I feel like we're watching.
It's Tacos Gavilan,
I have had
King
the honor to
Taco, and Taco
call
Bell.
the majority of the matches.
That's where you will
Rey
primarily
Mysterio's
see
illustrious
drunk
career.
people or
I'm
people that
amazed
just
each
came
and
out of the
every
party, came out of the club,
Other time
and they're in the
has
mood for
not
some
caught
food.
up with Rey
It's King
Mysterio.
Taco, Tacos Gavilan, or
Yes, it is.
Taco Bell. Anything taco. Del Taco too. Yeah, throw in Del Taco. Anything with taco in
That knee
it,
drives
people
Mysterio
are
to the
there.
ropes. Creed now straps down. Got a little overzealous and went up over the top rope to the floor.
Rey Mysterio played Julius Creed perfectly there.
Oh, no, Ray, turn around.
Oh, there's the
El
Grande
Grande Americano's
Americano. Kick his
And now
ass.
Mysterio with El Grande.
Kick
And
his
Mysterio
ass,
now trying
Ray.
to rip the
Ooh,
mask
I
off
hope they
Americano.
make this a
Goes
mask
to
versus
work
mask match
Creed now
because
from behind. Rolls up Mysterio.
just should.
Ray kicks out at
common
two.
sense tells me that
Oh,
I
what a
want to
shot.
see Ray
Cable
take
kicked
his
out, and he
mask off.
shows up now.
And I mean
Grande
Chad's
Americano.
mask off.
Never see him in the
Or
same place
excuse
at the
me,
same
Grande
time as Chad
Americano's
Gable.
mask
Meanwhile,
off.
Mysterio.
A couple weeks ago, we saw him same place, same time.
619. Let's drop the dime, Ray. Ray's going to Mania.
Here is your winner, Rey Mysterio!
Big
Yeah, they
victory for
100%
Ray here
need to
tonight.
make this
Meanwhile,
mask versus
Grande
mask match.
Americano
I hope they do it
with
right
a
now.
sneak attack
Let's
to
see.
Mysterio.
Let's see how they play this out.
And now the LWO coming to his aid, and again using what I would believe was yet still a loaded match this week.
Nope, there's
You see
Dragon
the
Lee.
headbutts being delivered by Americana. You got to believe that steel plate is still in the mask of this man. And there again, wiping out all of LWO. Adam Pearce has got to do an investigation into this. Somebody's got to check out this guy's mask before WrestleMania.
El Grande Americano keeps hitting people with this, not forehead, but Cinco head. They
Cinco head.
You might as well have a football.
Pat
helmet
really
on.
translated
He
5
just
head
like
into
that,
Cinco
Rey
head.
Mysterio's out. You're telling me that's not Chad Gable?
That's El Grande Americano.
Look it, there it is. I told you. Once again, slipping that piece of metal behind the mask.
Loads that forehead up, hits the Cinco head off of Ray's face. Not once, but twice. Just days removed from WrestleMania.
Well, on WrestleMania Saturday, that man, El Grande Americano,
I think he just said gracias.
wants to embarrass.
Nah, they really haven't given any indication as to whether it is or it isn't. Ryan Solaro says the Americano sign in the background is hilarious. I know. It's pretty funny. Let's see. Marky Dark says he was short, now grande, soon venti. I'll see myself out. I think everybody, when I thought of a grande Americano, I 100% thought about the Starbucks drink. Literally thought about it too. I feel that. I feel that. By the way, we had a super chat here from Mister that I just saw. Who says, so Rhea said when she loses something she loves, she will do everything to get it back. Yeah, she didn't really love Dom then. I think it's pretty much, I think we've settled on that. I don't think Dom was the end-all be-all for Rhea. Mr. Great Patch, and thank you so much for the super chat. So funny. Thank you so much.
We had you beat dead to rights. You took the coward's way out. You knew you couldn't beat us.
Bryn Hawkins says, Denise, what do you think about that Paul Fraud was wearing a New Japan shirt is all about? I don't really know, to be honest. I imagine they want to get people talking, and it's definitely worked.
Because you didn't
Definitely worked. Plus, we're definitely seeing WWE like collaborate with more promotions. We've been seeing it with TNA, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that with New Japan. It would be really cool, but who knows? Who knows?
This isn't gonna be a match.
A and B Canvas, thank you so much for hopping into. A and B Combos. Thank you so much for hopping into the stream. I hope to also see you in Vegas. Super Fro says same. I keep thinking of Starbucks. Also, maybe Starbucks could be his tag team. Starbucks could be his tag team partner.
We just heard from the
We
War
need to get on that.
WWE and Clash of Clans, and you're going to interrupt this too?
Jackie, your lack of etiquette is simply audacious.
Listen, genuinely, I'm sorry, but we heard from the War Raiders earlier, and they said that you guys took things to a whole new level last
I
week. and
forget
they're
Jackie's
saying
Canadian.
that your match at WrestleMania in less than a week is going to be a war.
War? We've been in war. You see how these people treat us?
You see how the people in the locker room have been treating us this entire time?
It's been war the whole time.
We've been at war the entire time, Jackie. But the warpath stops at WrestleMania when we take back what belongs to us. That's our WWE World Tag Team Championships. And we remind the entire world that your boys, the New Day, are the greatest tag team on the face of planet Earth.
Because Jackie, last week was just a taste of what the New Day is willing to do to get our titles back. And after WrestleMania, Eric is going to wish that we would have taken his head off so him and Ivar wouldn't have to catch the beating they're going to get this Saturday. And when we regain our tag team championship at WrestleMania, every irrelevant and immature member of the WWE universe will have no choice but to drop to their knees, raise their hands to the sky, and scream in unison, "Thank God for the New Day."
Guys, thanks for the time. We'll see you at WrestleMania. Cool. Sounds like the New Day is ready for a war. Back to you.
Better you than me interviewing them, Jackie. Nonetheless, tonight,
Amen.
Monday Night Raw.
JB from Georgia says, this is a good time to mention I wish Chelsea Green had a WrestleMania match. Hey, everybody's bringing it up today. Everybody is bringing it up, and I agree. All right, let's see what we get with AJ today. He's going into a WrestleMania match with Logan Paul. Hey, what's up, baby Johnson? Good to see you on the stream. Mctaru, thank you so much for the super chat. Says New Day never learn. No, they don't. They're always so much drama, and they're always mad. They definitely never learn. Thank you, Mctaru.
AJ Styles prepares for
Johnny
Logan
T
Paul
says
at
make Chelsea
WrestleMania,
Green host of
but he's got
WrestleMania.
Karrion Kross
Hey,
next.
that's actually not a bad idea. Oh, yeah. I forgot he was facing Karrion Kross. I completely forgot that was the match they were doing today. Like, legit did not remember. Dill the Pickle says I forgot this match was happening. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I, like, legit
AJ
forgot.
Styles,
That's
the
funny.
preeminent professional. One of the greatest professionals.
Andy Nurshel says Chelsea may yet WrestleMania Yim again.
It's Sunday, I should say this weekend at WrestleMania. He heads into a match against
Infamous DJ One says I
Logan
hope
Paul,
Motor City Machine Guns
who
and
is
Street
the
Profits
opposite
make Mania. They'll probably
what
be
AJ
like on the
Styles is all
Mania
about.
for
AJ
SmackDown,
Styles has
SmackDown
cut his
Mania.
teeth in this business for decades.
God the Visionary also agrees that having Chelsea as the WrestleMania host would be a great idea.
Around the world.
Hype Bishop says Chelsea on commentary would be fire.
There can only be one.
Maybe for like
What
select
this man does,
matches.
nobody else can.
Alan
But
says,
at
Denise, are you looking
WrestleMania,
forward to your Mania week? You're going to have a lot of
he's
things
got
going on.
Logan
No,
Paul,
yeah,
who
I'm
has showed
going to
up
be at like
every
10
big
different
moment that has
events.
ever been presented to him.
2 Busted Open podcasts, and I have my
Oh,
watch
that's
alongs.
Big
It's gonna be kind of crazy. It's gonna be basically from morning till
Titanium
night.
slated right hand
It's
of
just gonna
Logan
be like
Paul could come into
non-stop.
play.
But I'm ready for it, and I'm excited to
WrestleMania
bring people
Sunday.
a lot of content. Hopefully, we'll see how much I'm able to get.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Ellen. Young J Nice says, just got in here, just finished my taxes, and I'm ready to go. What's up, Denise? Yo, J Nice. And I thought I waited to the last minute. I finished mine on Sunday. So, no, I would have been
I
so
was
stressed
wondering
if it
if
was
this was back
Monday.
for good.
The due date is tomorrow. So, I
The
would have been hella
conversation
stressed if they weren't done yet.
Karrion Kross about
Thank
this
you, Jay
entrance
Nice.
earlier today.
Stuart Bridgman says, hey, we get Scarlet TV time. It's a great day. Finally.
You know,
God,
Kross
we
has
haven't
made
seen
much of
Karrion
his
Kross
career, Pat, about
in a
the clock,
matchup
right?
in
Time
forever.
ticking away, and
Even the
told me earlier,
entrance. I forgot
he
the
wants to turn back
entrance.
The hands of time to
Nick
to the
Blues
better
also forgot
days
this
of
match
his
was
career.
happening. Manuel
Said he
says
took a
3-hour
number of
pre-show and no
missteps
matches.
wants to get
Didn't
back
they
to what
do
made
a
him
3-hour
what made
pre-show
him
before
dangerous.
already?
We
I feel like they
believe
did
that
one either for the Royal Rumble
coming
or
out
the
to this
Elimination
entrance to this
Chamber.
music
Nah, you know what? I think it was the
would
Royal
help
Rumble.
him
I feel like I remember them
to
doing a
start to
3-hour
reestablish
pre-show,
himself
which is just
as the
nuts.
killer
But I know
he
a lot of
once
people
was.
that do tune in to the 3-hour pre-shows. They're excited that WrestleMania's coming.
saw
They
this
like
entrance.
the hype kind of shows. So people do watch.
You knew.
John Staney, thank you so much for the
Karrion
super
was
chat.
about
John
to come out.
says, Denise, happy WrestleMania week. You're awesome. Also, is there a chance of Lyra being a dual champion, which is awesome? I mean, there's always a chance. Never say never. But I do not think that Bayley and Lyra are winning at WrestleMania. I mean, they won tonight. They ain't winning at WrestleMania, though. I think it would be taking away too much when you don't really need to from Liv and Raquel. Like, you don't really need to have Bayley and Lyra as a tag team. They're a makeshift tag team. Like, they were just thrown together. So it would kind of be like, it would be kind of lame for Liv and Raquel, who are at least an actual in the same faction. It would kind of be sucky for them to lose the tag title. So I think that Liv and Raquel should definitely keep those titles. Thank you, John, for asking, and thank you for the super chat. I hope you have a good WrestleMania week.
Blistering one another, chairs and steps.
To me, that story had everything. Shawn Michaels, Mr. WrestleMania.
What's up, DJ Mitch? He says it's 2 a.m. here in the morning. Oh, DJ. I'm assuming you're somewhere in Europe. Man.
storytelling at its finest. To see it all happen, it was just amazing.
Thank you, David. I'm hoping to. I'm hoping
It's
to.
years of experience doing what they do best.
We also got Infamous Raider Loco who says justice for Chelsea, but can't wait for tippy time. I'm so excited for that matchup. I just want to see Charlotte and Tiffany put a match on after the beef we saw unfold between them on SmackDown when they went off script. So I'm curious to see how they interact with each other in this matchup. Thank you, Infamous Raider
And
Loco.
we welcome Triple H to the Hall of
Haven't
Fame.
decided if I'm going to the Hall of Fame yet. I will definitely be at the Hall of Fame after party, so I will be doing that. But I don't know if I'll be at the Hall of Fame, or maybe I'll just watch from the hotel.
To host this year's Hall of Fame. Speaking of the Fontainebleau Hotel, there's plenty of action. Mentioned the Hall of Fame on Friday. Undertaker.
We got a very generous super chat from Mike Parker Collects. Mike, thank you so much. He says, on another note, last year's WWE World is slowly spreading into my collection. I got a used WWE World Street banner and one of RVD's singlets that was on display. I really had to wear down the previous owner on RVD. For those of you who don't know, Mike Parker has a really cool collection. He connects a lot of pro wrestling memorabilia and has some really unique things. So, Mike, I expect nothing less than that. That's very cool that you were able to get one of RVD's singlets. His singlets always had really nice art design. And they all seem so different, like little tweaks here and there. And then the WWE World Street banner, that's pretty cool, man. Very, very cool. Mike, looks like you got some good stuff. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Makes the tights for AJ Styles.
We got Phil and Nasco. What's up, Phil? We got Richard Malia. Richard, thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you for the kind comments.
AJ to go back to
all right, here we go. AJ versus Karrion Kross.
A darker version of AJ Styles of yesterday.
What's up, Henry Kiernan? Melissa Cabello, good to see you.
Karrion Kross believes that AJ Styles.
We also got Latonia Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in. Does why not have Lash and Jakara? I mean, if they had a match for Liv and for Bayley, like something else, then it would have been cool to have Lash and Jakara. But then at the same time, like, you know, it's WrestleMania. There's still not main roster talents, not officially, at least. So, you know, that's probably why.
Didn't have to earn it. All the same stuff that outsiders get told whenever they come to the WWE. Karrion Kross said that AJ Styles is representing for not only him.
Ray Spears says so much hair. Between Kross and AJ, yeah.
Need to do to get a win over Logan Paul.
AJ Styles, 20+
Latanya says what happened to Naya and Candice. And you're right, we haven't really seen much of them.
WWE champion.
God, I forgot that they were a duo, to be honest.
You can't hear me. It doesn't have to be this way.
Paul has been tremendous. And now Scarlett getting involved. Referee Jessica Carr dealing with Kross. And that's the dangerous siren known as Scarlett. And Logan Paul has been highly successful here. Since,
dude, when was Karrion Kross's last match on Raw?
Built for the moment.
Legit, when was it?
Karrion Kross doesn't like it one bit. Karrion tried to manipulate folks into doing things his way.
Great suplex by Kross delivered to AJ Styles. And Scarlett loves what she sees, the manipulative and cunning Scarlett.
Karrion's not scared to operate from the shadows.
And
trying to pull some strings.
Ooh, a man who thrives on suffering. And now mocking Styles.
Okay, his last Raw match was December.
Yeah, he said
December 9th, 2024 was his last Raw match.
AJ Styles needs to do some things differently as well. Standing drop kick right to the mouth.
Yeah, great
and it was, oh shit.
Styles needs a big time win
with
heading into the weekend as well.
The Final Testament.
Fly drives Kross.
Yeah, the
into
Final
the second
Testament
row.
versus the Wyatts. That can't be
AJ
right.
launches himself over the top, lands
Versus
on
the
the apron.
Wyatt
He's crossed
stick.
rolled out of harm's way and out.
Oh my
Takes AJ out
God,
and hit
that's
side
been
of his
the
face
last time
pretty
we
hard
saw
on the apron.
Karrion Kross wrestle.
Absolutely. Karrion
Holy
Kross,
smokes.
reversal, chopping out the leg.
The 8-person tag that we saw with the Wyatt Six like
Now what's he
a
thinking?
million years ago.
And AJ driven
That
into
was
the
his last
barricade
Raw
and
match.
almost into the front row.
Damn. That's wild, guys. That's wild.
Go to a wrestling
That's
event dressed as a
insane.
prime model.
I was wondering about old buddy over there. He must really like it.
Oh shit!
Styles driven
Freaking
into the
AJ. That's the thing.
timekeeper's area.
AJ
Kross is on a
be
mission
bumping
tonight.
like crazy all the time. He be going for it, man.
Wow.
He be going for it. Tiger Claw Gaming says, haven't seen the Wyatt Six either. Yeah, it's insane.
You know, Pat, this Karrion Kross tonight is harkened back to the man who dominated NXT.
This Karrion Kross is dangerous. This Karrion Kross changes the game. This Karrion Kross has got bad ideas in his mind.
AJ is doing a lot for Karrion Kross right now.
Hammered away on the
Mike Harris
chest of
points out Kross had a
Styles.
match on main
Just a
event last
vicious-
week. Yeah, he had a match with
Right.
Akira Tozawa.
Yeah, well, that was weird. He just said hi to me. I felt obligated to say hello back, but to be clear, I was looking in the eyes of a lunatic.
And now a bow for what he's done to Styles out here at ringside.
I think he's also bowing because he broke the count.
And AJ Styles now, though, fighting back. The resilience of Styles made a career out of it.
Karrion Kross ran AJ Styles into that barricade full speed.
Cody Rhodes told me at one point that AJ Styles is one of the toughest, most
Man, he's
physical,
just getting
and
him with like
strongest
some
men he's
hard
ever been in a
kicks.
ring with. And that's coming from the undisputed WWE champion. Had quite the rivalry with Styles last year.
Oh my God, I was
Business,
about
as
to
long as
mention
AJ
that.
Styles has been, you have to be wildly tough. He is certainly that. Phenomenally talented. He is certainly that. He's in the middle of a dogfight right now, though, with Karrion Kross.
Lewis says the guy in the audience with the Prime bottle suit.
Huge
A
chops.
Prime bottle suit? What? I don't see him.
Oh, nice. Floats into the cover. Kross for the win, and Styles got his shoulder up.
I've watched Karrion Kross break a baseball bat with a heel hook-like move. His jiu-jitsu in submission.
Victario says WWE Minute Maid
is top
commercial.
tier. AJ needs to
We're
watch
back
it.
in
Yeah,
35
he-
seconds.
Looked like he had
35
arm bar, then he
seconds.
went into a cross
We'll be
face,
back
and
for some more Raw.
Styles made it to the ropes, and Kross used almost a complete 5 count from our official before the break.
This close to WrestleMania, no need to have your arm broken by Karrion Kross.
Nice snapmare takedown by Kross. Hey, Kross is out to prove something tonight. He knocks off Styles.
Man, I can't wait for whatever they're gonna do with Roman, CM Punk, and Seth. I need something like really, really good, you know?
I cannot help but be impressed at the offensive prowess of Karrion Kross tonight. A much more physical and intense Kross, as over 14,000 look on in Sacramento. Sold out the final Raw before WrestleMania. And AJ Styles went for the counter. Kross, though, turns it into a cover and a kick out. Great
Unpopular
move by Kross.
opinion. I
Brilliant
think
by
Kross should be
Karrion
bald
Kross.
again.
Karrion's been dominating
Is that
this
just
thing,
me?
which doesn't bode well for
But I kind of
Styles
liked
heading into
Kross
WrestleMania
bald
against
more
Logan Paul.
than with hair.
Wait a minute.
I don't know why. He just
And
looked tougher.
on his shoulders.
Does that make any sense at all?
Oh, and down goes AJ Styles. Little final prayer action attempted by Kross and a kick out
Alan
by
says,
Styles.
How about Karrion
Mayo.
Kross here tonight?
Manuel
AJ
agrees.
Styles has
Manuel agrees. Jay Moscos agrees.
WrestleMania a
Johnny
few
T
days
says
away.
yes.
Karrion
Bald
Kross is
meaner.
giving him all that he
Jonathan
can handle.
agrees.
You know, we talked during
Let's see. Ryan
the
says I just
entrance
noticed Kross is wearing similar
Karrion
gear to
Kross.
AJ's. Yeah,
that
you're
they
right.
wanna
Even
go
like
back
the
to
little
old theme,
circle
go back to the
logo
old
is
entrance,
almost
try to
similar.
recapture some of that former glory, get himself
Tiger
back
Claw
in that
Gaming says
place
yes.
where he
Kross
wants
should
to
be
hurt
bald. He was
people,
way more
make it about
menacing. I
himself,
don't know what it
and
is.
he's done
Yeah,
just that.
he just looked more
Feels like he's
tougher.
found something in the bottom of the bottle.
Mike Bishop.
Other back
Savage.
up.
Savage.
Styles with a
Double
chop.
S says Denise's
AJ
hotel in Vegas
never
doesn't have a
out of
sexy
a
box.
fight.
We riot.
Multi-time champion.
I'll
in
be
his
on the
career
lookout
all
for the
around
sexy
world.
box.
And Kross, wait a minute. He twisted his ankle.
He went down quick, buckled almost, if you will.
I think Kross may have twisted his ankle.
Damn, I missed it. But I think he's just playing possum.
Kind of gave out from underneath him, obviously.
Oh,
Yeah.
a cheap shot by Kross.
God, that's so
Oh, big smile on
lame.
his face.
That is
Obviously,
so
a
lame.
ruse. AJ showed a big sympathy as he went to the
All right,
official
fine,
to ask about Kross.
It went from lame to
Remember,
kind of
AJ
funny with
Styles
the little
had a
sidestep
similar
there.
ankle injury back late last year that cost him a number of months of his
But
career.
AJ's
Right
like
on that tonight.
disgusted.
AJ Styles ticked off that he showed a little bit of sympathy, and now he's going to take that fight.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Took him down
Kross
like
was
a
giving himself
tree.
a one-man parade.
And there's that sliding forearm by Styles, and I think all Kross did was give AJ Styles an opening, and here comes the phenomenal one. Didn't have enough, though. Kross kicking the midsection, plants him with an DDT. And Kross says that's it.
Karrion and Scarlett.
I've done Super Sets filler show
Having a
before the
massive
pay-per-view. Cross in a match
Monday Night Raw.
confirmed.
Can they get
I
a
can't
win
argue that,
over
Saeed.
AJ
I
Styles?
cannot argue
Karrion
that.
Loading
so
up,
much for the
Karrion
super chat.
Kross.
Thank
Setting
you,
up with a
Saeed.
cross hammer here to Styles, who ducked underneath. Styles with Kross up top. Oh, knee right to the
What's up, Eric
spine.
Rodriguez? Thank you so much for popping into the chat. Yeah, I think they'll have a fun match. AJ and Logan, I think they'll have a fun match.
Styles launched out to the apron by Kross. Hung up Kross on the top rope. Styles now, the big right hand. Kross sent toward the middle of the ring. AJ Styles in position.
What's up to Lumojis?
Kross dazed, stunned,
WOW.
back to his
Wow.
feet. Styles
Bruce
off the
still
top
up.
rope.
What's up, Bruce?
Phenomenal forearm. Cover. Could that be the fate of Logan
Yay!
Paul? WrestleMania
I don't know
Sunday.
why. I'm not even surprised or anything. I just needed to say something. Casey Clark says, have a safe trip to Vegas, back and home. Thank you so much, Casey. I hope you
Karrion
enjoy
Kross.
WrestleMania.
So
You got Terrell
impressive
Diggs.
tonight, but
Nice to
once
see you,
again,
Terrell.
The resilience of the veteran AJ Styles.
Karrion Kross gave AJ Styles all.
All right, what do you guys think? Rate that match on a scale of 1 to 10.
Just like we've seen.
What do we
time
think?
and
Okay,
time.
Tracy says, I think this match was good. Oh, we actually got Logan here. Oh, hey, Miss WWE Girl, too.
Speaking of time, right on time.
There's Logan.
A Maverick has arrived.
All right, seems like a bunch of 7s. Not bad. A 3. Okay, I see the ratings are kind of all over the place.
Styles. Hey, whoa, what's up with all the hostility? Sacramento, chill. I came out here to tell my man congratulations. Seriously, AJ, no, go win, brother. Congratulations, you did it. In front of Sacramento. A bunch of people who weren't cool enough to live in Los Angeles.
Sorry, I'm from LA, so that's kind of funny.
San Francisco.
Although it's very expensive up there too, so.
You, my friend, just showed these
Expensive everywhere,
generic
though.
California losers why you versus me at WrestleMania is gonna cook. But hey, AJ, now, why don't we show them why our match is gonna make money? Here's what you're up against. Please, please, enjoy this piece of cinema. I am the Maverick, Logan Paul.
Let's see what he
And I don't wanna be
considers
one of
cinema.
y'all. I'm one of one.
I accomplished more in one weekend than you will in your entire lives.
I didn't just join the WWE to take part. I joined to take over. Let me remind you I'm a purveyor of viral media. Your son's favorite superstar, your girlfriend's celebrity crush.
Oh, God.
Disruptor, entrepreneur, innovator, actor, wrestler, boxer, the most viral athlete in this company.
You're mad at me because you want to be me. Keep clicking on keyboards. I'll keep being on billboards.
He's so proud of that.
Nice life highlight there.
AJ couldn't be more different than Logan Paul.
Video, smart ass. But why don't we start WrestleMania a couple days early and bring your ass to the ring right now?
Styles was not impressed. And Logan Paul making his way to the ring now. And a Karrion Kross tried to sneak attack Styles. Styles was ready. Styles now trying to take out Paul and Kross. And Karrion Kross now, as the numbers game may catch up to AJ Styles here. Styles, though, takes it out. An impaler that inverted DDT by Styles, but Logan Paul, and Pat, you mentioned it earlier.
All it takes is one titanium punch, and then it's time for the pulverizer from Logan Paul.
You gotta admit he gets some great heat for Logan Paul every single time.
A little bit of help from Karrion Kross.
It's fun to boo Logan Paul.
All it takes is one big right, and then the pulverizer.
John Cena Diet Mountain Dew gang.
In this industry, and he knows it.
Mark Henry told me a story about how John Cena really likes Mountain Dew.
Viral moment when he goes one-on-one with AJ Styles Sunday.
Wait, there's a sign that says, "Will dump my husband for who?" I didn't finish reading the sign. Did anybody catch that? What that person's sign said?
Speaking of WrestleMania, Saturday
back to the night. WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas will be CM Punk's first WrestleMania main event.
The first ever.
Sorry, but why is this the fact of the night? Anybody who's been watching,
later on even
in the last few weeks,
we are still awaiting the arrival
they were
of the original
actually going to give us
Paul Heyman.
A cool, fun fact.
Seen Roman Reigns
like, there has been 2,000 matches that have taken place in Las Vegas. I don't know. Something that nobody would know. That was super lame. Young Jay Nice says, I will dump my husband for a Roman with a sign. I figured. I'm like, it has to be Roman. I can't think of anybody else that someone would say they would dump their husband for. Let's see. Since Roman is like the most loved there.
Hold up now.
Oh, no.
All right, we got Chad Gable out here.
No, what sucks is that Chad Gable's WrestleMania opportunity was once again taken from him.
Oh yeah, I mean, technically he doesn't have a WrestleMania match.
Very nice. Clever. Listen. Fortunately, I'm man enough to be happy for a young up-and-comer to replace me at WrestleMania. And that who I'm talking about is none other than El Grande Americano. I mean, did you see what he did to the LWO earlier? Single-handedly took them out. And on Saturday in Las Vegas at WrestleMania, it's Rey Mysterio's turn. This is Rey Mysterio's 13th WrestleMania match.
Nice.
And 13 will never be as unlucky of a number as it's going to be on Saturday.
No, I don't believe in that. I know some people are afraid of the number 13. Not me.
Of all time. Thank you.
See.
Oh my God.
Pat, why is Chad Gable?
We got
so
McTaru here who
invested
says, "Hey, Logan Paul,
in
don't mess
Grande
with how
Americana?
cool Kelly is
Remember, he
while
went on
Denise is
the
around." Exactly.
Search for
Exactly.
the
I'm
greatest
pretty
luchador
sure
of
he
all
even lives
time.
out here.
I think he
I mean, I
feels
don't know
as
where
if he
Logan
has
Paul
like a
lives, but
finder's fee in this
something
entire
tells me
thing.
he'd have a mansion out here in
Chad
LA
Gable very
somewhere.
supportive of El Grande
Thank you,
Americano.
McTaru. We got Saeed Ben Super
Sacramento
who
not
says, "Fun
supportive
fact:
of
Hulk Hogan beat
Chad
Andre the
Gable
Giant
at
in
all.
WrestleMania
Well,
3."
Gable gets his El Grande Americana.
Thank you,
Gets
Saeed.
his
That was pretty
WrestleMania
funny.
moment.
Two
That was
different people. Chad
the
just said it
fact
yet
that they
again.
shared was so freaking
Can you
generic.
believe what that
Like,
guy
please.
says?
They couldn't
How
think
could
of
you not?
Well,
anything,
you were the one that was
literally anything else. Like, there are a million fun
Chad Gable?
WrestleMania facts.
Yeah, Chad Gable.
Wild.
You forget that?
Thank you, Saeed.
Yeah, selective memory.
He's a
Actually,
changed
them
man.
Chad Gable coming out and saying, "Hey, this is Rey Mysterio's 13th
Oh, what a night
WrestleMania."
tonight. Final
That
Monday
was a
Night
bigger
Raw
fun
before
fact than them just
WrestleMania
saying, "Oh,
sold
hey,
out
this is CM Punk's
in
first WrestleMania
Sacramento.
main event." It's so
Can you
funny.
imagine Roman, Punk, and Rollins going to
So
be in the same
funny.
ring tonight?
It's going to be volcanic.
Seismic.
Louis says, "Chad, stop talking."
All
Thank
right,
you.
here goes nothing.
All right, let's see. Review. Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie and Austin. I still haven't seen any of the Stephanie places yet. It's on my to-do list, though.
Riding shotgun.
But on my
I
to-do
got
list
just
is
a
March
little taste of
26th,
what it was like to
when it
race
came
in the
out.
desert with a rattlesnake.
I don't see any cops yet.
So this is your course. So we're having a hard time even getting up to speed. Normally, the track is so vast, we're able to make
Stone Cold
turns
seems
more
like
60
he has a
miles an
pretty
hour.
fun life. That's fun. Jake out says they're pretty short episodes, less than 30 minutes. Oh, I figured as much. I just haven't had the chance to actually just sit down and watch it. Young Jay Nice. Now this is the fun fact. That's fun fact. This is the most expensive WrestleMania ever. We'll take all your money. Stay home, poor people. That's literally. Imagine if they would have said that. That's so funny.
Grab a Snickers.
Thank you, Jay, young
Feels
Jay
like
Nice,
they've been
for
great
the good sense
my
of
entire
humor.
life, so shout out
Eduardo says
Snickers.
Stone Cold is a
Thanks for
happy
everything
cat
you've done
daddy.
for
Yeah, I've
me
seen his videos.
and
They're pretty
millions
funny.
of others.
So random, right? Like, who would have thought that Stone Cold Steve Austin would just be a happy cat dad? No one would have probably thought that.
Oh, yeah.
I told you, Seth Town is
Ooh, this is good. Double S is fun fact.
certainly is.
The Naomi versus Jade match at
You gotta wonder
WrestleMania
what
is the
Jey
first
Uso
women's match
thought
in
about
WrestleMania
Gunther's
19
fiery
in
interview
19
earlier
years
tonight.
that isn't a title match.
I watched Jey Uso give
That's a good fun
$100,000 to
fact.
somebody in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania last
See?
week.
Now that's a fun fact
His eyes
right
were on
there.
the prize.
Not
The people
just
are behind him.
CM Punk's first WrestleMania
And
main event.
WrestleMania might become Yeedomania.
Oh man, thank you, Double S. I like that fun fact. We got everyone yeeting in the chat.
Something changed inside this man last week. 2 weeks ago, his brother Jimmy left a bloody mess at the hands of Gunther. And last week, Pat, Jey Uso marched out of the
We got a
ring.
super
He
chat
got
from
the
John
face of Gunther,
Taylor,
and he showed
aka
no
TK,
fear.
who says, "Fun fact: Denise's favorite wrestler is
How could
Eddie
that
Stark."
really feel?
Oh, get out of
When you've
here!
seen the absolute
Get out of
worst
here,
that can
John! No, you
And you're
did
still
not.
alive. The entire
No comment.
WWE
No
universe
comment whatsoever.
is behind this man.
Poor Eddie Thorpe
Who's
catching
worked his
strays
ass off
every
to
week.
get to this situation. Won the
John,
Royal
thank
Rumble,
you.
traveled the long roads. And now he's got a shot at the world title.
And it's all part of WrestleMania Saturday. Jey Uso and Gunther for the
Pop
World
up some more
Championship.
you chance in here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're killing it.
Oh man. David Hall says, imagine if Stone Cold opened up a can of energy drink instead of beer back in the day. Yo.
Hell yeah, Oos.
Play Royalty says, fun fact, they showed more variety in Stephanie's places than the WrestleMania build-up. Yo. I mean, all the episodes do seem very different, by the way, in Stephanie's places. All right, let's see what we get out of this. I don't know what they got planned and stored today for Jey Uso.
What a scene! What a time! What a youth!
Louis says, if someone threw Stone Cold Steve Austin a prime, he'd throw it back. It's funny. 37 Ray says, modern day Stone Cold slams with White Claws. I don't drink, so I wouldn't even know what would be like the hip thing nowadays.
You earned this, dude. You earned this.
It's so crazy the reactions that Jey gets in the building versus online. It's a night and day difference.
Heck, can you imagine Saturday over
Love for Booth says, I think the only time I ever drank an energy drink was when X-Pac used to promote one in the late 90s. Yeah, shout out to X-Pac.
I get caught up in the excitement. I get caught up in the yeeting. Because this man has earned this.
Jey always takes
second of
the
it.
longest to start the promo. It's the dancing, the singing.
All right, check it.
All right, let's see what he's got today.
I said what I had to say to Gunther last week.
That's true.
But I really wanted to come out here and holler at y'all. Yeah, my peoples, what up, Santana?
There's a sign that says this financially ruined me, and honestly, I believe it.
She out here somewhere in the crowd. But look, Goose, everybody keep on asking me, Oos, Jey, where your mind at? Am I crashing out? Hell yeah, I'm crashing out. But I'm locked in. Locked in for me. Locked in for my family. I'm locked in for y'all. Check it out, though. Hey, hold up. Listen to Gunther out here talk. You know what that made me feel like? He mad.
You think?
Nah. You afraid. Yeah, Gunther, you afraid. You afraid I'm gonna whoop your ass in front of 60,000 people for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Hey, look though.
I don't think Gunther's afraid.
Gunther, I'm gonna get you.
I just can't
so
see it.
What we're gonna do? One time for the one time. Hey, Oos, please hit my music. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
WrestleMania Saturday,
That was great.
60,000 plus on the strip.
That's so
Allegiant
funny.
Stadium. Gonna be
Oh,
on
my
their
God.
feet, yeeting away to a man who could be the next World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, they kept it very, very brief.
Gunther, frustrated, upset, one angry SOB early tonight. And Jey Uso finally feels like Pat, maybe, just maybe, he has a chance.
All right, we're down to the final hour of Monday Night Raw.
It's been a different tone out of Jey the last couple times we've heard him speak.
You see your sibling.
We got Cyclops is better than Wolverine.
Get
Thank you
beat
so much
up
for the
and
super
bloody
chat. He
in
says,
front of you, and you're helpless
IWC
to do a
said
damn
no one
thing
likes
about
Jey.
it.
What a bunch of
We
dorks.
can change you.
Dude, I'm telling you, online versus what we
It
see
feels
on
like it
TV
has.
is a night and day difference.
Jey Uso just told Gunther.
I don't know what to
Gunther's
say.
afraid.
I don't know what to say.
And he just might be.
I don't know what to believe. It's just so different. And how everyone, I just think that sometimes we forget that not everybody is online. Like, probably a bunch of those people aren't even on, like, the IWC, you know? It's just totally different groups of people. I can't explain it.
You know, Pat, it's funny. Our cameraman.
But yeah, I feel like for the most part, usually when people like,
you think this is something.
I don't know,
pretty
it's so weird.
Come WrestleMania Saturday.
How could you not get caught up? And it is hot in here.
I'm thinking
The
people
tension
just
is
love, like,
palpable.
even if you don't like
WrestleMania is
Jey
just
Uso,
a few
when
days
you're in the
away,
crowd,
and we're
you still
deep
get
all
like
over
swept up in the
Sacramento.
It's been a
meetings. So I'm
fabulous
wondering
week,
if
and
that's
last
part of
week in
it.
Pittsburgh,
You get
Pennsylvania,
swept
sold
up,
out
maybe.
PTG
I don't know.
Arena. Jey Uso was a
I
part.
don't know
was
the
a part.
disconnect.
I went viral as a matter
Thank
of
you,
fact.
Cyclops.
Part of a Pat McAfee's big night out, and you can still experience on Hulu.
Yeah, that's right. With some behind-the-scenes footage, my guy Fox.
We got David in the building who's been a DWO member for 1 month. Says I just joined. Hope everyone is enjoying Raw. It's been a decent show.
Hero.
Nothing super noteworthy just yet going into WrestleMania. So I'm hoping that the next hour is filled with a little bit more fireworks. Because so far it's been okay, I would say. It hasn't felt like a total go-home show for Monday Night Raw. Thank you, David. But yeah, I do agree here with LMPD. He says nothing special just yet. Yeah, I think I'm kind of, like I said, just waiting for some fireworks. We got John Taylor who says, this year my choice was buy one ticket to WrestleMania and be unable to afford to spend Denise super chats until 2047, or pay money to make Denise free Blue Chew Plug and admit her love for Eddie Thorpe. I made the right choice.
And it's Finn Balor.
Hey, John, I will take all the Eddie Thorpe jokes. I will take them all. Also, I'm sorry that, WrestleMania tickets are just wild and out there with those prices.
So much, Cole.
I almost feel like asking people there at the show, how much did you spend for WrestleMania tickets? But I don't think people are going to want to reveal like the amount that they spend, you know? Thank you so much, John.
How are you handling and navigating going into what are calling the biggest title defense of your career?
Yeah, Kathy. I mean, this is obviously the biggest title defense of my career. This is my very first.
Nope.
Oh!
Is that? Oh, it's the Judgment Day.
Balor and Dom and Carlito.
That damn Judgment Day.
A 3-on-1 assault for the champion.
Looks like it's worse than your bite.
All right, we got Tracy WB88 in the building who says, I don't think you have to destroy one to build another. That is true. I agree. That is true. Thank you, Tracy. All right, it's time for Penta. Mike Bishop says, Eddie Thorpe is from my hometown. Take it easy. Poor Eddie Thorpe catching strays on a Monday. Usually catches them on a Tuesday. Now it's on a Monday too.
Mexico, weighing in at 87 kilos.
Well, this coming weekend at WrestleMania.
God, look at how many masks there are in the crowd for Penta.
Penta tries
so many.
In
love to
WWE.
see it.
Before we get there, he has his hands.
Okay, hopefully Penta versus Finn Balor. That should be fun.
Penta Balor live on Netflix.
Why did I? Right now, when Michael Cole said Netflix, I swore it sounded like he said necklace. I was like, what?
It is awesome.
Next on necklace. Aw, little baby.
I think even that little baby right there can experience the Penta experience.
We got Lumojis here who says, I wish I go to WrestleMania for the 7th time, but I won't come to Las Vegas. I have to focus on my family goals. If you're going then, have fun. If you're watching at home, enjoy your view. No, honestly, it's one of those things where I feel like a lot of people who probably do go to WrestleMania often this year were just thinking because those prices, they were just outrageous. And people don't go just for one night. People go, if you go to WrestleMania, you're gonna go to both nights. You're not gonna do a one night thing. You're gonna do both. And so it really did weed a lot of people out. Like, it didn't even give them the option. The second you saw that, you were just thinking, nope, not going to happen.
Yeah, I heard some of the words.
Not going to happen.
Teaching you earlier today. You know,
thank you, Lumojis.
Hispanic, and I know a few of those words. I don't think you're allowed to say it on television or streaming services for that matter.
Yeah, I'm going to get much more comfortable with the lingo before I drop it here on Netflix, but I'm certainly.
We got Infamous Raider Loco who says, love seeing the Lucha Bros on TV again Monday and Friday. That's true. They sandwich the week for us. It's very, very nice. Thank you, Infamous Raider Loco.
His brother, of course, taking Friday.
Yes, and King of Strong Style says a lot of people I know are going to Vegas for other stuff. Yeah, I mean, me included. Well, mine was a different case scenario. I want to do my watch along, and I want to do it. Like, I don't. Being in the press box, like usually the press box is so high up that I'm honestly better off watching at home because you just get to actually see everything.
This fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship. We're going to break it all down here in just a few moments.
Luis A says the price of tickets, travel, hotel, motel, it's crazy high. It really is. It really is.
We have to wonder if this man.
We got Eric Rodriguez who says Penta's mask is so sick, 1,000%. Charles says, Denise, you should get yourself a Penta mask and wear it on the watch along someday. I do have a couple of masks, but I have a bunch of different ones though. I don't have a Penta mask though. I've never gotten one. I don't know why. I just never did. But the mask I have that I love the most is my Black Sabbath mask. This is my favorite mask that I own. Just look at that. Tell me that's not freaking cool. Like, this is cool. When I saw this, I knew I had to get it. Very, very cool.
Cody Rhodes versus
it's my favorite one that I own.
For the undisputed WWE Championship.
Sit on your ass and watch me be great.
WrestleMania.
And I have a couple more, but I put them away. They're up in the closet somewhere. Oh, yeah, and my Cycle Clown mask. That's another one that I really love. I think my Cycle Clown mask is my second favorite mask.
This coming Friday.
That's you guys seen it a bunch.
John Cena will be on Friday Night SmackDown. Well, WrestleMania weekend really going to get started this coming Friday. We talked about the Pat McAfee show on ESPN. As soon as that is over, Pat
this is the Psycho Clown one. I've had this one for years. Years. I got it at Expo Lucha. But look at that. That's so sick. I like really outrageous masks.
Especially because of the things
the ones that are really, really unique and special.
We'll kick off WrestleMania in proper fashion. Cannot wait to get out to Las Vegas on Friday.
Going to be quite the weekend. Meanwhile, here at the final Monday Night Raw, before
all right.
WrestleMania,
I think that's all I have out here, though. I think the rest of them I put them away.
One-on-one here tonight. Now these two.
Yeah, that's all I have out here. The rest are in the rest are in the closet.
Fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship
all right, let me
in the history of WrestleMania.
We got John Taylor who says, fun fact, Denise is actually married to Beast Mortos. I mean, we can't really prove she isn't, right? That is true. You can't prove it. You can't prove it.
Penta has seen it, heard enough. There's so much.
Oh, shit, that was cool. He looked like he did that in slow motion.
These guys.
Oh, those people in the front row are so happy after having seen that up close.
Says you're in for something
they were like
tonight.
freaking out.
You know, the fatal four-way WrestleMania
but yeah,
Sunday.
John.
No champion's advantage for the champ Braun Breaker.
I do love
the first man to get pinfall or submission will become the champion.
And to the people
No
in the match
comment.
are obviously in the
No
same
comment.
group who have obviously worked together
Thank
in the
you,
past,
John.
so there's a lot to keep their eye on.
And Penta's taking his first championship in WWE. Great crossbody.
Louis
into the ladder
says,
stretch.
saw that last
Finn
mask
Balor,
in my last nightmare. Are you afraid of clowns?
Two-time
Louis?
Intercontinental champion. First time these two have gone one-on-one.
David Hall says you should wear that mask to
Remember,
bed and
Balor
scare your husband
eliminated
when he wakes
Penta
up. Oh,
in
he
the
wouldn't
Royal
get scared.
Rumble.
Like, not even a little bit.
And then he pinned
I would
Penta
probably get
in a
scared,
tag
especially if
team
you're
match a
not like
couple of weeks ago.
expecting it.
Penta's first pinfall
And you wake
loss
up and
here
someone has a
in
mask or
WWE.
like in the middle of the night.
Negativity that has come from Penta's WWE career thus far has come from that man, Finn Balor.
Infamous DJ says
Kicked by
no
Penta
one
to
likes
face
clowns.
back.
I like
Finn
clowns.
Balor better now.
I don't think clowns are scary. Like, I just never thought that ever.
Balor could pin Dominic Mysterio, his Judgment
Frederick
Day
Coates says
stablemate.
Denise is a sicko,
Here's the
right?
cover.
Facts.
Kick out.
I like
to win the
clowns. I
championship.
just
Or
don't think they're scary.
Dominic Mysterio could pin Finn Balor to win the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, the Judgment Day is going to implode totally at WrestleMania. I think we can all see that coming.
Or will they work together?
Dill the Pickle says clowns
Seems
are fun
doubtful.
as hell.
Rather selfish group.
For the brick artist says Doink is
There'll be
the
an
goat.
Intercontinental title on the line.
Well, I don't think that. I mean, selfish is a great word to use.
Brandon says not even
I also like to
Pennywise.
use the word jealousy.
No,
Finn
see,
Balor's
I'm
been
not
jealous
afraid of
about everyone in
clowns.
that group
I'm
for over a
afraid
year
of
now.
just.
It's reared its ugly head on a number of occasions.
I think there's
i.e.
not like.
Damian Priest.
Here's the thing. Clowns
Finn
are not
Balor just wants to get
scary.
back in
What's
championship
scary to
conversations.
me is the.
Yeah, but isn't it?
Ooh. To
Thank
me,
you.
what's scary are like
Justice all, and it was for
murderous
good
men.
reason.
You know, like that's scary. Like
He
murderers.
smacked
That's
the
terrifying.
absolute
But
shite out of Finn Balor's
clowns,
chest.
they're
Penta
not
set across the
scary.
ring.
I'm more
Over
scared
the
of
top,
what they look
sunset
like
flip. Balor with a
underneath
nice basement drop
and what
kick.
they're like
Covered out by
underneath
Balor.
and what the
Hook of
clown
leg.
makes on.
Penta kicks at 2. Balor's been frustrated.
Oh, you know
Has
what?
not been
Ronald
able to win
McDonald
singles
was kind of
in a
scary
long
though. He
time.
was not good.
And
David
as
Hall
it
says
was
I like
fifth
Ronald
WrestleMania
McDonald.
match
It's a shame the
this
fear of clowns
Penta,
got him
of course, making
canceled.
his debut on the
Ronald
big
McDonald
stage.
was a pretty funky looking
Remember
clown.
Finn Balor, former world champion.
Dominic's been a part of WrestleMania. Braun Breaker.
We got Cyclops is better than Wolverine says Penta has his
Has
coolest
his
strut
first
in wrestling
opportunity under the
history.
bright
Yeah,
lights this
he
weekend.
does.
The dogs will be barking.
I
in
was
Vegas
noticing
for
that
our
earlier when he
Intercontinental
came out and
champion,
he was
but
doing
has
his entrance.
a tall task
Thank you,
ahead of him.
Cyclops.
and is he
Glad
gonna
we
be
noticed the same
100%
thing.
after that mugging by Judgment Day a little bit earlier on tonight?
The Intercontinental title represents everything that is great with this business. The greats that have held it are those who have built this company and this industry as a whole.
Dozens and dozens of Hall of Famers, including one to be inducted on Friday night. The game Triple H have held the gold.
Week in, week out, working. Putting the company literally on your
Cyclops
back.
is better than Wolverine. Says we've never seen the Beast and Denise's husband in the same room. The evidence is there. You've also never seen me and Diabolico in the same room.
The late great Pat Patterson.
That's all I'm saying. Never seen us in the same room.
Too sweet there. I don't know if the club is full.
Penta now with Balor up on his shoulders. What is Penta planning to do? Oh, wait a minute. Balor turns it around. And on the apron, Penta's down and may be out.
How about the balance of Finn Balor?
Infamous
Balor
DJ
was
once
able to
says
hold.
Balor's 1% body
Finn's
fat.
taking over.
If even, honestly. Shawnee T says Finn has a 10-pack. Finn Balor takes care of himself. He really, really does.
Finn Balor, Penta, entertaining matchup here tonight on Monday Night Raw, the final Raw before WrestleMania, and of course the fatal four-way match for the Intercontinental Championship on WrestleMania Sunday.
Finn Balor letting Eddie Orengo do the count.
Hey, John, he
Take a
says,
break.
my Mount Rushmore
And
of
you win this
clowns. Pennywise, Doink,
Penta can't get up
Dink,
from
and
that.
Sean Ross Sapp. JK, love you, SRS. We know you're
Penta trying to
stalking
drag
the
himself
stream.
back into the ring.
Pennywise,
Able to get in
Doink, Dink, and SRS. That's hilarious. Sean and I are doing a WrestleMania prediction show together tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. We're reuniting tomorrow for tomorrow's video. So,
And now Balor
spoiler
being
alert,
booed
man!
by
I'm
this
just spoiling
sellout
everything
crowd here
today.
tonight in Sacramento.
I'm just giving
And Finn Balor
everything
doesn't
away
endear
today.
himself to the WWE
But
fans.
yeah,
that is for sure.
that'll be tomorrow's video, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you, John.
Kick out.
All Finn Balor cares about is getting back on top. He could care less if
Frederick
Sacramento
Cook
likes
says, Denise, will you do a
cares
watch
at
along
all
for the Hall of
about
Fame? I
Dominic
don't
Mysterio?
know, to be honest,
I
because
do think there's a
it's
interesting
really hard to
little
say right now because I have to be.
controversy
I'm
brewing
doing
between
the
those
Hall
two.
of Fame after
Finn
party.
hasn't been happy that Dom has had
So
opportunities, and
I'm
then
not
Dom
really too
obviously said
sure.
the same thing back to Finn.
I still want to watch
One
the
of them is
watch
gonna want
along,
the
but
title,
yeah, I
and
mean,
the
I
other
want to
one's
watch
about
the
to
Hall
win
of
it.
Fame.
I could see them
But,
turning on each other quickly.
I'm not too positive.
The only thing they really have in common, other than being on the Judgment Day, is that they are both hated by everyone.
Well, that's true. Penta back to his feet. Penta and Breaker have had some problems as well.
Braun Breaker, man, those spears. Oh my. If he hits you with a super spear, you are super done.
I don't know how Carlito was even here tonight. You saw him in the backstage attack on Breaker earlier on.
His spear
We're
was
down
so
to the
fast,
last
so
40
dynamic,
minutes
so
of Raw.
explosive, he forced himself to do a front flip afterwards.
Ask I Show Speed about the Breaker spear. Oh, Penta missed it now. Finn Balor again takes Penta out. This could be the win for Finn. Hook to the leg, and Penta kicks out. In all these matches tonight, a lot of pressure on all these athletes.
Hey, I barely noticed that Finn has a
Don't
little
wanna go
gray
to
in his
WrestleMania
beard.
with a loss.
I
We're
never
playing
noticed
football
till
battle
right
for the
now.
years, heading into the playoffs, lose that
I
last
don't
game
think he
of
had
the
that
year.
before,
hurt
did
some
he?
of the
Maybe I
momentum,
just
right?
noticed.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, the greats are able to battle through. And
Andrew
hopefully you're
Tam
able to
says
do
Denise
as
Hall of
such,
Fame
especially
tickets
for
went down
WrestleMania, but
$100. Oh, that's
you
good
could
to know.
lose momentum
It's good to
quickly, and
know.
that mode can go the other way for the
I
weekend.
feel like
for
if I
sure.
went to the Hall of Fame, I would want to sit up close. I wouldn't want to sit
Penta?
sit far
Oh,
away. At the Hall
Balor
of
doing a great job forcing Penta to lose his balance. Balor has not allowed Penta to do any flying tonight. Can Balor keep that up in this one-on-one match?
All right, we're back from commercial break.
Penta Balor in a barn
We got
burner
Charles
here
who predicts
on
that
Monday
Dominic will be
Night Raw.
Intercontinental Champion at
Men in the
WrestleMania
fatal
this weekend.
four-way
I was
Sunday at
torn.
WrestleMania.
I think
Cover
I'm
off the
officially going with
superplex.
Penta
Hook
though,
to the
but I
leg.
was
Penta able
torn.
to
I
kick
did
out at
consider.
two.
I did consider that Dominic might be taking it all the way.
Superplex from Finn Balor. Planting Penta through Sacramento.
I agree, Henry. It says Denise is going to need a vacation after this busy week. Yeah.
Athlete,
Honestly,
how to
yeah.
play professional football, and how when you're in the playoffs, you know they're coming. You lose that last game of the year. Does it hurt the momentum going into the playoffs the following week?
I think from having a front row seat, the good teams are able to make one loss just be one loss, not turn it into two. But
Brandon
if you lose
predicts
momentum,
Braun
it can
is
certainly carry
retaining.
into your next match.
And Penta now.
Tiger Claw says
momentum.
anyone not named
You
Braun
would not
Breaker is
want
the
heading
wrong
into
winner
WrestleMania.
in that four-way
On the other
jumper.
side, a huge win tonight heading into WrestleMania.
It is amazing to me the way that Penta is able to turn things around. Just tremendous resilience. When you think he's down and out, he just goes into a next gear. And look at that. Oh, my! Backstabber. Cover by Penta for the win. Balor at 2.
His innovative offense is so damn devastating. How is Finn Balor able to move, let alone kick out after that?
I'd be in traction for months.
I as well.
Jared Palmer says, I thought Raw was on fire. It's kind of died when the last hour, dragging a bit.
This crowd has
Yeah,
been
I
electric
was
all
noticing
night.
that
What a way to kick
earlier.
off the most exciting,
I
most
wasn't really, I
important
was
week in
expecting
sports entertainment, WrestleMania week.
a little bit more in terms
60,000
of
plus
just
both Saturday and
energy.
Sunday night at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas.
What's Penta
I
calling
was
for
definitely
here?
expecting a lot more energy
Balor in trouble.
with the
Penta
show.
now. Looking to make some magic yet again. Balor fighting back. Penta lands on the apron.
Big chop.
Oh, wow! Kick by Penta to the face, stops Balor in his tracks. Sling blade by Penta, and now Penta's starting to fly.
The freakish athleticism right now.
Now Balor with a sling blade of his own.
I will be here, by the way, for
Balor needed
WrestleMania
that
Night
in the
1
worst way.
and Night
Man,
2
he's so
doing
good.
watch-alongs.
Balor's
I'll be
so
doing
damn
them
good.
from my hotel in Las
Penta was running
Vegas.
away
So
with Balor.
if anybody wants to tune in for that,
Oh, Penta,
it'll be a
though.
good
One
time.
nice tilt-a-whirl backbreaker to Balor. Back and forth we go. Tremendous matchup.
What's up to
Between two of the
Gia?
best
Thank
in
you
the
so much
game.
for tuning in,
Penta
Gia.
now spins through. Looking for the sacrifice.
Over
Looking to
under Tiger Claws,
dislocate the
under
shoulder
30
of
minutes
Finn
with Triple H's
Balor.
speech. I'm gonna say maybe over. I don't think he'll go under.
Disgusting.
Or I don't know
Shoulder
because
just
I'm
popped out of
assuming they're
place.
gonna keep the Hall of Fame to like an hour, right? How long is the Hall of Fame usually? I haven't watched the Hall of Fame in years. Like live as a program, I usually just watch clips.
And Penta's still fighting back. Kick.
Brayden says, Denise, can I use your peacock? I don't want to miss WrestleMania. I would love to, except that I'm using it. I'm sorry, Brayden. I will be using my peacock account for WrestleMania.
Oh, and here's Dominic and Carlito. Judgment Day shows up once again. As Balor was in trouble, rolls up Penta, shoulders down, Penta kicks it too.
Mace here says, I'm going to night one, can't afford night one and night two. I don't blame you. Congrats at least getting one show, though. Congrats. Jared says, can we just get to the end segment already?
At WrestleMania.
Andrew Tam, I will not be at Stand and Deliver because I'm going to be at Busted Open during that time.
I think the dogs are
oh, here we go. Here's Braun Breaker.
And the unpredictable badass is pissed off after getting attacked.
1 to 2 hours, says the race. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've watched the last several Hall of Fames on video. Just like clips of whoever I cared about that was getting inducted.
Go right over our announce table to prevent himself from getting a Braun Breaker.
That makes sense from Carlito for sure, especially after last week. And now Braun Breaker's getting kicked in the face.
Yeah, I like how Carlito ran back into the ring. I think he broke my leg when he came up over the top. But nonetheless, double team now by Dom and Carlito on Braun Breaker. And Breaker is fighting back. Breaker! Spear! Double spear!
Double spear. Nah, I preferred that one spear on Carlito. That one that he did last time.
2 humans, 1 spear, and now Penta.
He about to wipe out Penta.
Penta, turn around. Because you might want to have a little bit of fear when you look in the eyes of Braun Breaker.
Aw, boo.
Penta stopped Breaker in his tracks.
I wanted to see Braun spear Penta.
Didn't get all of it. Breaker sent out of the ring, though, by Penta. Penta, top rope, takes out everybody. Will it be Penta's night? Penta, Balor.
I don't know. It's making me nervous. I don't know.
It's the first fatal four-way match
I know who's winning this.
In WrestleMania history.
They didn't even have Dominic out there, did they? They did not, and he's part of this, and he wasn't even out there. Oh, yeah, he was. Whoops. Why did I think that was somebody else? Never mind. My bad. My bad. They're all just a blur to me. I just saw Judgment Day members.
あんたたちは私がウィーメンズワールドチャンピオンだということを忘れてる。あんたたちはどうでもいいことで喧嘩し始めて私を恥に追いやったけど、そもそもその全ての争いの原因はこの私でしょ。なぜなら私があんたたちが心から望むもの、ウィーメンズワールドチャンピオンシップを持っているから。もう無視されるのも忘れられるのも終わり。このタイトルをあんたたちが手に入れるためにはこの私を乗り越えなければならないし、
When she did that drop kick on Rhea.
二人をまとめて相手にすることを受けて立つ。私はあんたたちをこれまで倒してきたし、また倒してみせる。At WrestleMania, you will never forget the name Io Sky, Women's World Champion.
I like how Ia's like, I'm world champion, right? She looks all mean and then she just pops in a little smile all the way at the end.
WrestleMania after parties taking place each night this Thursday through Sunday Live in Live Beach at Fontainebleau, Las Vegas, the official host hotel of WrestleMania.
Let's see. We got John Taylor here who says juice in person watch along party at the hotel. $2,600 per ticket. That's like half the WrestleMania price. What a deal. I know. I should just invite people to my hotel and be like, hey, yo, let's all chill and watch in front of my laptop.
Of course, Friday going to be a very special day for Pat and I.
I'll charge $600 to come chill in my hotel.
At night, and then, of course,
that sounds terrible, by the way. There might be some people that'd be like, yeah, let's do that. No. No.
The WrestleMania, followed by WrestleMania, and then, of course, the WrestleMania post show. And then we head to WrestleMania Sunday. Again, the countdown to WrestleMania, special 3-hour countdown starts 1 o'clock local, 4 o'clock on the East Coast, WrestleMania, and then the WrestleMania post show. And we want to invite everyone to join us at the T-Mobile Arena on the biggest Monday Night Raw of the year.
Right here.
You never know what's going to happen. It's unpredictable. It's the Raw after Mania, Monday night, live from Las Vegas. As we head now toward WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, Michael Cole, when we talk about a weekend that is packed and stacked, we're talking about
all
right,
to be
voiced by you for the 28th
let's get to
time.
this. Let's just get to it already.
Could be the show stealer, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and the OTC, Roman Reigns.
It is
Young Jay Nice says invite Reg for the BJ party.
Also part of WrestleMania Saturday. You can't get
BJ
much
party
personal than this.
hosted by Reg.
Jade Cargill takes on a woman
He's gonna
she believes
die if I
was
say
her
that.
friend, the very jealous Naomi. Saturday at WrestleMania.
So funny. Chris Robinson says if you have Taco Bell, I'll be there. Damn right. Damn right.
Team championship match. The New Day takes on the Monday Night War Raiders on WrestleMania.
King Strong Style says, don't forget we still got SmackDown, that real go-home show. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, man. I'm starting to think SmackDown's going to be a little bit better than Raw.
One-on-one at WrestleMania.
Mind you, they got 3 hours to fill, so maybe they are all saving it for SmackDown.
States Championship, where L.A. Knight.
They haven't announced John Cena for anything anymore, have they? I feel like we still needed at least one more John Cena Cody Rhodes segment.
How heated and
I feel like there could have been one more.
Tiffany
right before WrestleMania.
The WWE Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair on WrestleMania.
Oh, Jay Girl says he is announced for SmackDown. Okay, good, because oh, thank you everybody. I already apparently knew this. Oh wait, I did see that. Never mind, I did see that. They announced it early in the week, like last week. I think they announced it last week, right? Or during the weekend or something.
And then we move over to WrestleMania
yes.
Sunday.
Okay, good, because I feel like you definitely need one more segment with John Cena and Cody, because it just feels like there's still a little extra that we can do, you know?
WrestleMania
like the cherry on top before we go into the big match.
Big men, the Sin City Street Fight. Damien Priest,
Omar McGuinn says, how do you feel about the builds for WrestleMania so far? I think some stories builds have been better than others. Like there's some that I have enjoyed, and then there's some where I'm just kind of like, could have been better, or surprised this person's not there, or I would have done it differently. But for the most part, it's fine. I think the best build so far, in my honest opinion, has been the men's triple threat with Roman, Seth, and Punk. Been the build that I've liked the most. Jey and Naomi, I actually really like the build to that match too. Those would probably be like my favorite ones in terms of like the build to it.
Defending the women's world
John Taylor says me and Reg will be in the bouncers. I'll make matching DWO security shirts if any weirdo gets creepy. We'll handle him by running away screaming.
WrestleMania Sunday.
So funny. I would love to see you and Reg in DWO security t-shirts. That'd be pretty damn hilarious. Thanks, John. We got Dylan here. Login, thank you so much, Dylan. He says, your hate for Kross is so coarse, it's obvious. Dylan, I don't know what to tell you, Dylan. It's just not my cup of tea, unfortunately. Thank you for sending in a super chat. All right, let's see what else we got here.
Sunday.
Tiger Claw Gaming says feels like 70% of the show is on night 2. I was kind of counting like some of the matches that I
still.
Oh, there's CM Punk. Let's see what we get with CM Punk and Paul.
I've seen you so stressed.
Oh, and there's I'm assuming that's Roman maybe rolling in.
A cult of personality?
Yep, there he is. Oh, he's gonna walk in on them having a chummy moment. Oh, God. Put Roman Reigns in a bad mood instantly.
My tribal chief.
Pat, what a mess Paul Heyman finds himself
That was good.
in.
Finally, a little sizzle.
Oh,
That's
Seth
been the
Rollins
best
a
thing
favor,
on the
and now
show
Roman
so
Reigns
far.
hasn't talked to him since.
All right, let's see what else we
Heyman
got
granted
here.
Punk a favor a couple
Oh, yeah,
weeks
so
ago.
I was saying Tiger
And our
Claw with the
OTC walks in
70%
here,
of the
and
show
who is
night
Paul
two.
talking to?
Night one is
The cult of
like the
personality.
better night, but when I actually
Not a
looked
good
at the
look
matches and counted
for
which
Mr.
ones I was
Heyman.
most excited for, I think night two has more of the matches that I'm particularly looking forward to. We got John Taylor here who says, your love for Eddie is so real, it's obvious. Let me just say something right now, by the way. I think anybody who's seen my shows well enough knows that I don't hate anybody to be purposeful or anything like that. If I'm not a fan, I'm just genuinely not a fan. If I was a fan of everybody, it'd be effing great. But I don't have a reason to force myself not to like anybody. I think sometimes people have a hard time understanding that you may not like the same people
This is going to be
that
good.
that you may not like
Roman
the same people
Reigns
that
is
they
back.
like. You know what I'm
Live.
saying? Like when you like a wrestler, you just can't imagine somebody else not liking them. When that's not the case. There are wrestlers that I like that people on here don't like. And I'm like, what?
It's so interesting.
How do you
to
not
me
like this person?
Because for the
And
first
so
time in a
I
very
think sometimes
long
people
time,
don't
Roman
understand
Reigns
that
will be entering
I'm not
the
gonna like
arena,
everybody
the
that
stadium,
every
and
single
will be
person
entering
likes.
the ring.
So
WrestleMania
that's how I
Saturday
feel
in the
about
main
that.
event
Thank you, John.
by himself. There's no bloodline anymore. The family members have all gone their separate ways. His special counsel, his wise man, Paul Heyman, despite the fact of
Exactly,
trailing
Sven
Roman
Big.
like a
It's
puppy dog
subjective.
tonight, will not be out there with Roman.
And
He
also
will be
the
in
other thing
corner
is,
of
like, for
CM Punk.
example, if I come on
It is
here and
really
I'm
a
like,
strange
I'm a really
position
big
for the
CM
original
Punk fan, and
tribal
someone
chief.
says, well, you know what, Denise, I'm not a CM Punk fan.
This
I'm
is
like,
a
all right,
moment
cool, that's not my
that all
problem.
goats
I just,
have to
a lot
face.
of people on
There comes
the
a
internet, on
time
social media, they get
where your
really
own people
upset
might not
about
be with
people
you.
not liking certain people. And
They might
keep in
turn
mind, this is all
against you.
character-based, of course.
You have
I don't
to
think I should
figure
have
out
to explain
whether
that.
this whole thing
But
was
actually,
real or
no, I
not.
do have to sometimes explain
Can
that.
you do this
I don't think
again?
sometimes people understand
Can
that.
you ascend
But,
the mountain by yourself?
No, like, it
All of the
doesn't
goats
impact
that we
me
have
if
seen
someone doesn't
throughout
like
all
the
of
wrestler
sports
that
history
I like. You know,
have
it
proven
doesn't,
that they are him
no movement
or
whatsoever.
her,
It does not bother
and
me
they
at
are
all.
different than everybody.
I'll be a little shocked, right?
You know,
If maybe
they're
there's
special.
a really good wrestler
And
that
that's what we're
someone
looking
says,
at
I
here.
just
And
don't like
Pat,
this
it's
person, I'm gonna be like,
interesting because
what?
think about
But
what
it's
has
no
happened over
reason
the
to
past
be
year to Roman
weird
Reigns.
about it.
He headed into WrestleMania last
Young
year.
Jay Knight says
WrestleMania
we're all
Saturday,
entitled
he
to
and The
like
Rock
who we like.
dismantled
We got
Rollins and
Cyclops is
Cody.
better than
He
Wolverine.
went
He
in
says,
as
can't
confident
believe
as
Paul
ever.
cheated on
In the
Roman
main
with a
event of WrestleMania
Jezebel.
Sunday, he would lose
That
the championship
Jezebel
after
CM
a
Punk.
record-setting reign, and then
Seriously.
everything just fell apart.
Seriously. Thank you, Cyclops. Ryan Solaris
almost
says
a
it's
come and turn
2025.
on
You
him.
absolutely have to
The
explain
bloodline
that. It's true, though. You
fell
really
apart as
do
we
have
know
to
it.
explain it. It's wild.
And now where
so
does Paul
wild.
Heyman stand in all this?
Tiger Claw Gaming says, I agree. People should be more
Will
like
he
me and hate
remain loyal
everyone.
to Roman Reigns,
So wild.
the man who has been
We
his
got
gravy
Servasha
train
E.
for
Servasha,
many
thank you
years
so much
now.
for the super chat. Servasha says, super chat for Roman Reigns being fine.
Will Paul Heyman remain loyal to the man
Can't buy
who
you
is
much
called
in
his
Vegas.
best
Have
friend,
so much fun. Thanks for
professional
providing the
wrestling?
awesome content.
the man who he gave
Servasha,
the
thank
start
you
to his
so
career,
much. If I
CM
had a
Punk.
super chat for each time someone thought Roman Reigns was fine,
Or will
forget
Paul
it. I would
Heyman
be Jeff Bezos. I
somehow
would be
align
some
with Seth
crazy
Rollins?
billionaire person, since
After
everybody loves
Rollins
Roman Reigns.
refused to stop Heyman last week.
So yeah,
told
thank you so
Paul,
much, Servasha. That was very
now
kind
you
of
owe
you.
me
Thank
a
you. See, Stuart Bridgman, perfect example. He says, no need to be hurtful or hateful towards anyone,
As
someone
smug
aside
as
from
they
Pat
get,
McAfee.
Paul Heyman.
Oh, towards someone aside from Pat McAfee. We had this discussion the other day too. Like, a lot of people
Roman
don't like Pat.
Reigns
I like Pat McAfee.
is here on
A
Raw.
lot of people don't. See what I'm saying? Like, it's people for different.
And the ones are
Guy
to the
Gold still who says, I don't
sky
like
in
Logan Paul, even though
Sacramento.
everybody likes him. I don't think a lot of people like Logan Paul. I think you might be in the majority on that one.
Paul Heyman, who followed Roman out to the ring like a
We got John Taylor here who says the one exception if you
puppy
slander
dog.
Taylor Swift, Denise and her husband, the Beast Morphals, and the other
Not
husband,
being raised in
Jacob
this corner.
Fatu will come to your house.
At WrestleMania.
Facts.
Poor husband back there.
Thank you, John. All right, let's get to it. Cyclops is better than Wolverine, says straightest man alive, can't deny Roman is fine. You can't. You can't deny it. You can acknowledge that someone is good looking without being interested in them. Ooh! Thank you, Cyclops.
Sacramento. Acknowledge me.
Poor Paul. He feels so unloved.
The whole world can feel that. The whole world can hear that you love and acknowledge your tribal chief. And now the whole world understands that you would never betray your tribal chief. But not everybody's like you. Some people would betray me. Sacramento, you got any guesses on who that might be?
Can't believe Paul got caught with CM Punk.
Wise man.
He got caught.
How could you betray me? Sacramento, the wise man, he can't hear you. You gotta say it a little louder.
Yeah, you're not gonna rattle Roman at this phase.
Why?
He doesn't even know what to say. We're getting asshole chants.
My tribal chief.
I want Roman to acknowledge the sign that I will dump my husband for Roman. I want him to acknowledge that sign.
It was not a betrayal. I paid back a favor
That is
I
true.
owed.
Roman, Paul is a man of his word. Believe him when he says that.
Sacramento, I must be a little confused here. the way favors work is you usually pay it back yourself, correct? It feels like the only person getting screwed here in this whole favor is me.
Paul Heyman's heart. He looks so broken, so distraught.
If there's one thing you know about your tribal chief, we ain't ever gonna ask for a favor. No, we take what we want. So I don't owe a favor because I never asked for any help. I never asked for anybody to join me at War Games. Therefore, I never asked for this favor. So please tell me how I'm supposed to cover the tab for your dumbass favor.
Oh, your dumbass favor. Sven Big says, girl with the sign is cute. Hey, I'm telling you, that's why I want Roman to acknowledge it. Hey. Too bad. Roman's already taken and has like 40 kids. Stuart Bridgman says, Denise, sing it with me. Never. I don't even think I've sung it when I was in the crowd. I only sing the songs I really, really like. Like I'll sing Cult of Personality. That one I feel like I always have to sing. Although this one though, sometimes you won't even realize it and you're singing it like in the background. Thank you, Stuart.
Sacramento! Let's give it up for your tribal chief, because after over a decade, you're finally getting it, man. You're finally starting to put the pieces together all by yourself. You're almost there. You're just missing one little piece, and it's a real shame. It's too little, it's too late, because I still got to end you at WrestleMania. And it's for the same reason it's always been, because it's the right thing to do. See, this triple threat match at WrestleMania, this is the biggest, most important triple threat match in the history of WrestleMania, in the history of this company, in the history of this industry, because the winner of this match will define the future of our industry.
Paul's face. He's got his tongue sticking out and everything.
No, it can't be you. It can't be you. Because if this business is filled with people like you, people that don't show up except for when it's convenient and want everybody else to do all the dirty work, then this business dies. And it can't be CM Punk either, and you're starting to figure that out. Because if this business is filled with little CM Punks running around who want to pick up their ball and go home when times get tough, only to come back and leech off the profits of other people's success, this business dies.
I need Roman to roast Seth. I want to see what Roman has to say.
Oh, Yeah. Y'all want the business to die, do ya? Well, I don't. Because if this business is filled with people like me who will sacrifice physical and mental well-being to always do what is best for business, the business not only lives, but it thrives. There can be only one, and it's gotta be me. And as for that one little piece that you haven't quite figured out, favors don't happen by chance, Roman. Favors are a choice.
Damn.
I chose not to put Paul Heyman in the hospital last week, and now Paul Heyman can choose whether or not he wants to pay that debt to me. But your wise man, he is dishonorable as they come. He is a scumbag, and I expect nothing from him.
I don't think he owes them anything. Roman, don't let yourself
Paul
be brainwashed.
Is not in CM Punk's corner at WrestleMania by chance. Paul Heyman
Oh, Paul's not having it.
has made a choice. It's not just a betrayal, Roman. What you need to ask yourself, the final piece of this puzzle, he's not just returning a favor, he's choosing. And you got to figure out, why is he choosing CM Punk over you?
Come on, Roman, you're smarter than that.
Wise man. He's right.
Damn, poor Paul.
You made your choice.
Damn, I feel like they're ganging up on him.
And I made mine.
Yeah!
Roman Reigns attacking Rollins. For a moment, we thought Seth had talked some sense into
Now
Roman
what?
Reigns, but Roman
Now
didn't want to hear
what?
it.
Don't get too happy, Paul. Don't get too happy. No! I knew it! I felt it coming! No! No! How dare you put your hands on my best friend?
But here comes CM Punk.
What Punk's gonna say, probably.
If you look at history, it was the first ever Paul Heyman guy. And now Punk and Reigns going at each other. 5 nights away from the main event at WrestleMania.
Paul Heyman in CM Punk's corner at WrestleMania.
Paul Heyman's like a damsel in distress. Oh no!
Punk turns around into a spear. And now Reigns unloading on Punk. The frustrations of the past year boiling over tonight.
A lot of anger and jealousy in Roman.
Oh no. Rollins with a shield chair.
Deja vu.
Eerily reminiscent of the chair to the back that disintegrated the Shield forever. And now Rollins with a stop to CM Punk. And Rollins with a stop to Roman Reigns.
Rollins on a mission to save professional wrestling in his mind.
Paul's face.
Unleashing one of the most dangerous Seth Rollins we've ever seen.
Interesting that they have Seth Rollins standing tall at the end of WrestleMania. I mean, at the end of Raw, excuse me. All right, there you guys have it. That was Monday Night Raw, the last one before WrestleMania 41. Okay, so we still have the post-show incoming. Usually I give Santi a couple of minutes. Before we do, I got to catch up on some super chats that we have here. And let me see. Let me catch up here. We got John Taylor here who says, "Spend big rolls up to that lady like, hey girl, hey, I'm your tribal chief, acknowledge me." The lady with the sign. Thank you, John. We also got John here who says, CM pink shoes. The shoes look really nice, honestly, like very, very nice. Very, very nice shoes. We got Nick Rosso here with a very generous super chat. Nick, thank you so much. He says, I don't see Bianca winning because I think she still has unfinished business on SmackDown with Jade and Naomi. Notice how they both keep bringing her up in their promos. In fact, Jade said she still needs answers from Bianca. Yeah, it's weird. It feels like there's two totally different worlds going on. The world in which Bianca Belair is, feuding with Rhea Ripley. But then also, it feels like even though they're mentioning her, Jade and Naomi, on Bianca's side of it, it feels like she's done with them. Like, I don't feel the same way from Bianca. Like, it doesn't feel to me like she has too much unfinished business, which at the end of the day, she should, right? Because those are her friends. And if your friends are, not seeing eye to eye or no longer getting along together, then no matter what, it's always going to involve you. But yeah, it's kind of weird because she does have this unfinished business. I do agree with you on that, Nick. And so I also don't see Bianca winning, mainly because, I'm torn. The part of me does think only just so that she can keep her WrestleMania streak. But again, I don't think they're going to have Io drop the title so soon. My ranking on that was Io retains. If the title were to change hands, I could see Bianca getting it more over Rhea, only because Rhea just lost it, and it seems like Rhea may be having some sort of change of character. I think she might be turning heel. That's just what it feels like, even though the fans want Bianca to turn heel. It's all so complicated. Nick, thank you so much for the super chat and for pointing this out. We got David Kaplan who says, enjoy your trip. Which match are you most looking forward to? What match do you think will be better than people think? Also, who do you hope to interview? Great question. So the match I'm most looking forward to is Roman, Seth, and Punk. The match that I think that will be better than what people anticipate is Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre in that Sin City Street fight. I think will be really good. And who do I hope to interview? I would love to interview Rey Fenix since he just got into the company. So I would definitely like to interview Rey. Thank you so much, David. We got Cyclops is better than Wolverine, says two men fighting over the love of some old guy. Oh, why you gotta put it like that? I mean, that's literally what it is. But when you say it like that, it's actually really hilarious. Cyclops is better than Wolverine. Thank you so much, man. Alrighty, guys, before we get into the post show, I do want to let you guys know that we got a brand new sponsor here on the show. I am so excited because, wow, and I didn't even know. Hold on, guys. Oh, no. Hold on. 1 second. I forgot to upload it. All right, I botched. Give me a second. Before we get to our brand new sponsor, I do want to show some love over to BlueChew, BlueChew.com. Again, if you guys use that promo code Denise, you will get yourself a nice free month of Blue Chew. So let me roll that. Are you having technical difficulties in bed? Are you tired of being counted out, tapping out, or simply jobbing out? Get out of developmental and get drafted to the best sex you ever had with today's podcast sponsor, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets. These erection-enhancing tablets help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections for sexual activities. And Blue Chew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a month free. The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Remember, hard times breed better men. So make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use the promo code Denise. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code Denise. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Alrighty, again, thank you so much to Blue Chew. I'm also incredibly excited. By the way, we're still waiting for Santi to get in here. As soon as he gets in here, we'll start our post show. However, I am incredibly excited because Prize Picks is sponsoring the podcast the entire week. So make sure you guys let Prize Picks know that you heard about them here on the channel so that hopefully they extend that partnership. Guys, check out Prize Picks. Make sure to use that promo code Denise. It's time to turn your sports knowledge into cash. With millions of members, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports, combine your favorite basketball players with players from baseball, hockey, esports, and much more. My favorite thing about Prize Picks was how easy it was to navigate the app and make my picks. You can also cash in on the basketball playoffs with Prize Picks. Don't miss your last chance to add your favorite players from the court to your Prize Picks lineup. Whether it's points, rebounds, assists, take your pick of more or less for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash today. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as 15 minutes. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Download the app today and use the code Denise to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Denise to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Make sure to check out the link in the description box below of this video. Alrighty, guys. With that being said, we got a couple of super chats. I'm still waiting for Santi. As soon as he hops in, we'll get started. Let me see. Where am I at? We got John Taylor here with a very generous super chat. John, thank you so much, as always. He says, so I decided not to make a Blue Chew pun here. So I think Denise now owes me a favor. No, not that kind of, you sickos. I'm main eventing WrestleMania in the first row on night 1, thanks to Denise. Hey, man, I was about to say, if I can get anybody front row tickets on WrestleMania, that would be awesome. But I think I need to win the lottery to do that. If I win the lottery, if one day I win the lottery, let's just say I win the California lottery, I will definitely buy somebody WrestleMania tickets. I might even be able to buy a couple if I get one of those big Powerballs, those like $1 billion ones, whatever. Yeah, man, that'd be sick. Unfortunately, those prices are currently out of my range. John Taylor, thank you for the super chat. John also says Prize Picks makes it even the most jaded Jets fan a winner. Finally, Prize Picks code Denise. It was so funny because today when I was taking my pictures to promote Prize Picks, I thought to myself, because I have a bunch of like Jets stuff, but I'm like, well, first of all, it's not currently in the season, but also I'm like, I need people to pay attention to the Prize Picks. I don't need people trolling me for being a Jets fan. The trolling for being a Jets fan never, ever ends, okay? Ever. It never ends, all right? John, thank you so much for the super chat as always, man. All right, I'm still waiting for Santi. So in the meantime, guys, throw in some regular comments. Like, throw in some comments. I'm gonna be pulling out what you guys have to say. I'm just stalling for time in the meantime. So let's see what everyone is saying. Jonathan says, unless you're green shirt guy. Yeah, man, you know, I've seen him at a couple of shows. I've seen him in the press conferences too. He usually sits in the back. But I've never spoken to him ever. He seems very, very quiet, very reserved. He doesn't really say much. He kind of just minds his own business and, just, hangs out and watches the shows and watches the press conferences. So I've seen him there, but we've never actually spoken. So, yeah, he just seems like a really big super fan. And he does seem very like chill, very respectful, just from what I've seen from the pressers and stuff. Jonathan, thank you so much for bringing that up. Let's see. Young J9 says she's going to bring Gerard Butler. Yo, for real, I wish. All right, we got Colton here. It says, NXT question, which match at Stand and Deliver are you most looking forward to? Oh, the women's four-way. For sure. That's the one I'm looking forward to. And then also the women's ladder match to determine the new NXT North American Women's Champion. I'm really looking forward to that too. Those are the matches I'm most looking forward to, Colton. Thank you so much for asking. And Delia says, how many times do you think they said Sacramento tonight? I'm going to say maybe like 15. I don't know. Usually they repeat a lot of the cities where they're at. They really, really hone it in. Like, hey, we're in this place, Gabriel Salazar says, crazy out of all teams, Denise is a Jets fan. I was married into it, guys. I did not have an option. Let's see. Zachary Watson says, when are you going to Vegas? Wednesday. I leave on Wednesday to Las Vegas. And we got Eric D here who says, what was your favorite segment match of the night? Definitely the closing segment with Roman, Seth, and CM Punk. That was definitely by far the best thing of the night and the most noteworthy thing of the night. I did enjoy the match between Liv Morgan and Bayley at the top of the show. I did enjoy that quite a bit. Let's see what else we got here. We got Nathan and John. Thank you so much for the super chat, Nathan. He says, Seth is joining John. Last week when Seth was coming in, the production truck was parked above him. It looked like Cena was looking over him. You know what's funny? I saw somebody make a reference to that over on Facebook, but I don't know. I just think that those are accidental things. I don't really think that those were pointing to anything for a story. I think that those were just like accidentally there. Thank you so much, Nathan. But if you're right, then you're on to something. All right, guys, Santi is here. Hey, nice to see you.
What's up?
I'm good. How are you?
Can't complain.
Let me pull up your overlay. Okay, I always, I have to delete files because I have like 500 files, Santi, and I'm like going through them all. I'm like, which one is it? Which one is it? And the font is so tiny.
Because I know everyone thinks that I'm perfect. Understandable. But it takes me like 30 attempts just to get through my YouTube intro. So every day, because I post every day, I'll be like,
yeah.
Like, because I post every day. After every day, there is just a graveyard of 3-second clips of me just stuttering the first 3 words of my YouTube video. Just like an endless theme. Yeah.
Hi. No. Hi. Hey. Yeah, you should do have you done like a collection of blooper reels, like where you just have all your clips where you like messed up?
Sometimes my editor will find like a really, really like funny blooper and he'll keep it in. I'm like, you bastard.
Nice. I think people like bloopers because it just makes it feel like more real, more raw. But speaking of raw, hey,
nice transition.
Yeah, that was an accident.
Hell of a transition.
Monday Night Raw to get into, everybody. April 14th, it is the go-home show for Raw into WrestleMania 41. That's it. WrestleMania week is here. We're on the ride. Santi, man. First of all, like, do you feel like, are you fully immersed into the season of WrestleMania right now? Like, are you feeling it?
No. And I've actually, in my mind, I've kind of like toyed with the reason as to why. This is too deep into April. Don't you feel that way? Like Mania should have already happened. And because this Mania is so much further away than it typically is, it just sort of feels like many of these episodes, they're just sort of like artificially stretching some things out and just leaving things last minute unnecessarily. Like, for example, I look at like the build of Jey and Gunther. They're just like the first 4 weeks, who cares? We have so much time to build this. And I think that's part of the reason as to why some of the builds for these matches just haven't entirely landed with me.
It's so weird because I think for some stories, like you mentioned, Jey and Gunther, we had too much time. And with other stories, for example, John Cena and Cody Rhodes, I saw that he was announced for SmackDown, but even before then, I'd kind of forgotten he was announced for SmackDown this week. And I was thinking to myself, dang, I feel like I need one more John Cena, Cody Rhodes segment before we get to WrestleMania. And so I am glad we're having that come up, but there are some stories where it feels like we had too much time and others like we didn't have enough.
Facts. No, I completely agree. And it's just so crazy to me that with the extra like 3 episodes of Raw and SmackDown that we've been afforded because of the extra long road to WrestleMania, they still managed to like hand in your essay a minute before it's due with a couple of these feuds, like the women's tag team championship feud, as well as the War Raiders and New Day. Like they literally had months to even just start, and they just decided to start now.
When you really think about it, because you mentioned that's a really good point. And I know we're going to get more into it in just a minute, but even thinking about some of the people that they didn't have big plans for, and I couldn't help but to think about Liv Morgan. Like Liv Morgan's in this tag team match, right? Bayley's in this tag team match. I feel like Liv Morgan and Bayley are people that you would have thought, if you, given how you saw their 2024 calendar year go, especially Liv Morgan, I would have assumed maybe bigger plans. And a lot of people in my chat were mentioning Chelsea Green and how, they're still surprised that Chelsea Green doesn't have a match. It does feel kind of weird. Other people are mentioning Sami Zayn, like, hey, what's going on with Sami? Of course, we still don't know what's going on with Randy Orton in terms of who his opponent for WrestleMania is going to be. But are you surprised that there are a couple of people that you're just thinking to yourself, hey, don't you think something bigger surrounding them would have been taking place at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I mean, like there is several people. I feel like the women's mid card is kind of like at the very top of that conversation. There are some others as well. Like for me, the one that I've been waving the banner for is the SmackDown tag team division. Like if they're willing to, for some reason, give us this undercooked chicken of a feud that is the New Day versus the War Raiders, why not have on WrestleMania the division that you've actually been spending months building? It makes no sense to me. They can be kind of backwards at times.
Well, you know what happens if you get undercooked chicken? We're just going to get sick and die. So hopefully that doesn't happen with this tag team match, but we'll see what they end up doing. But let's go ahead and get it right into Raw. I want to kick things off with the biggest thing that happened on the show. And I'm going to be real with you. This wasn't the hottest show. I went into it being like, all right, we're ready. It's WrestleMania week. I'm so stoked. I was really, really feeling the emotions. But as the show went on, there were a couple of points at which I kind of just lost a lot of energy. Like I had to really work to keep the energy up and going. And really, I was kind of just waiting for the ending of the show, which was CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. And what we ended up getting was Seth Rollins cutting a pretty deep promo in which he was trying to convince Roman Reigns that Paul Heyman betrayed him, that Paul Heyman doesn't have the same kind of feelings that Roman Reigns might have towards Paul. He might have them instead for CM Punk. And we saw this last week too when he went on that whole long promo to Paul Heyman. It seems like Seth Rollins is really trying to manipulate everybody and really trying to get everybody to sort of turn on everyone. And it seemed like it was working for a second until Roman Reigns instead, punches Seth Rollins, takes him out. But then we kind of felt it. And then it did happen. He goes and he kind of just like shoves Paul Heyman. Now, it wasn't so nasty. I think he could have even shoved him harder, but still shoved Paul Heyman to the ground, which led to CM Punk running in and CM Punk and Roman Reigns going at it. But at the end of the day, it was Seth Rollins standing above everybody. How'd you feel about this?
So before I jump into that, I want to touch on the fact that this Raw just sort of felt like it was like turning its wheels in place. I did feel that way. In fact, when I finished my stream and Raw ended, I'm like, this might be our shortest episode of our show, because really the biggest thing to talk about is what happened here at the end of the show. But it might not even be like the biggest thing. It might also be like the only thing that's kind of worth talking about, because everything else was just sort of in what I tend to call triple threat stands, where like they don't want to overextend themselves because the feud's already set, right? They don't want to get injured, so they're not going to go overboard with anything physical. This happens a lot before WrestleManias and before PLEs in general, but to me, this triple threat still needed a little bit more, and I do feel like they did what they needed to do to truly hit on the head that this is the main event of night one. I thought that Seth Rollins' gaslighting was absolutely brilliant, like genius levels of brilliant, to continue to sow doubt between Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. It got to the point, like as you said, Roman shoving Paul Heyman, which is just something that we haven't seen in a really long time since the feud against Brock Lesnar, which was also a feud that had Paul Heyman divided between two Paul Heyman guys. So it's not the first time that Roman Reigns has actually been down this rodeo. But I really love what Paul Heyman said. What Seth Rollins said about Paul Heyman, that favors, you just have to choose to do them. And Paul, for some reason, for one reason or another, is choosing to do this favor for CM Punk at your expense. And to me, that line itself and what the line meant and the implications of that, to me, were brilliant.
I think that that was the biggest thing that they did right today, was making Seth Rollins feel a little bit more important. I think they've done so in the last 2 weeks, because I was out here saying like Seth Rollins feels like the third wheel. He feels like the third wheel. And this time I'm like, okay, you know what? I get it. Like, I'm still, of course, more interested in Roman and CM Punk. But regardless, I thought they did a good job last week and this week of making Seth Rollins feel more important to the story, where suddenly he's just got a little bit more to say than he did before. So I thought that was really good. But the one thing that I don't like is Roman Reigns is not stupid, Santi. Like, he's not stupid. Roman Reigns is a really smart guy. And it takes 2 seconds to realize that what Paul Heyman did was him just trying to keep his word and being a man of his word and saying, hey, you did me a favor. You did us a solid. You helped us at War Games. So I'm going to, do this favor for you. This has been going on for months. So for me, I feel like Roman Reigns is smarter than that. I think Roman Reigns is smarter than for Seth Rollins to try to gaslight him, for anybody to try to gaslight him. I think Roman, even though he's hurt that Paul Heyman went with CM Punk, and I know that hurts him, but it's like, come on, you're smarter than that. You know he's just being a man of his word, and at the end of the day, don't you want someone who is as good as what they say that they're going to be and the promises that they make?
I guess, but I also appreciated what Roman said. Like, in what world do favors mean that someone else has to pay them? Like, why am I the only one that is coming out with the short end of the stick because of this favor that you owe? So I can see Roman's egoism coming out, but I get where he's coming from. I do understand that he didn't promise this to CM Punk, and now because you made this promise to CM Punk, I have to go out there without my wise man. I get it. It would make sense for somebody like a Roman Reigns to feel entitled in that way. And I did find this interesting, that this was kind of a heel Roman promo when you really dissect it as well.
It feels like he's been doing a lot more of that. I think I started noticing that, when was it? Whenever they did the last segment on SmackDown with all three guys, that's when it started to feel like we were seeing more of a heelish Roman Reigns. And I'm good with that, though. That's what I kind of want. I want to see heel Roman Reigns. And my favorite part of all of this, I had 2 favorite parts. One was when Roman Reigns called it a dumbass favor. I thought that was great. That was hilarious. And secondly, I loved the beginning of it when they were backstage and Paul Heyman got caught with CM Punk, and CM Punk has his arm around him.
Classic middle school catching your buddy with your girl.
Yes. Oh. Exactly that. I thought that was really good, but I think now I'm sort of just I'm excited. I really, really am excited. I think they did a really good job. I'm gonna go. Right now, I can't help it, but I think the build to this triple threat match has been better than John Cena, Cody Rhodes.
It has. The build up to John Cena, like it's depended too much on Cena, right? Because the entire reason for this match existing and the feud existing is Cena. And since Cena isn't there anymore, it's kind of impossible to really push the narrative forward, right? Because this match and feud between Cody and Cena is about Cena turning heel. Why did he turn heel? Why did he attack Cody Rhodes the way that he did? Why did he align himself with The Rock? Why does he want to retire with the title and take it away from the fans? It's all about Cena. So when Cena's not there, then you're kind of just asking Cody Rhodes to pick up the pieces of a feud that he isn't even the driving force in. So it makes it kind of difficult for that feud to really fully get going unless both guys are there. Meanwhile, the nice thing about this particular feud is that you can keep it going with two of the three guys.
Yes, exactly that. And even if all the three guys are, the other day, it was just Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman for the most of it. Dude's not even in the match, but I mean, he's such a big part of it. He is the story really at this point. But yeah, it is one of those things where I can't help it. I feel like the triple threat has just had a better build. And like I said, I think once we get whatever we get coming out of this week's SmackDown, maybe I'll feel differently. But right now, it's completely been the hot seller for me. But that being said, we got a couple of super chats. Let's see what the people are saying. We got Nathan and John here who says Seth is joining John last week when Seth was coming. Oh, I did read this. I'm sorry, Nathan. We're actually with Hassan Batla here who says, can we all agree Karrion Kross needs a hella push? All right. So we got Karrion Kross today, by the way, in his first match since December of last year. The last time we saw him wrestle on the match on Raw was that 8-way that they did with the Final Testament and the Wyatt Six. And we got Karrion Kross versus AJ Styles today. And all I want to say is this. AJ Styles, bro, was hella bumping. I mean, AJ Styles is known for this, but hella bumping for Karrion Kross.
Seems like you don't want to give Karrion any props here, though. It sounds like you're
like,
no, I can read right through fake fucking compliments. All right, I can read right through it. All right,
it's AJ Styles. He's the phenomenal one.
Yeah, there it
Santi,
is. Just let it out.
AJ Styles would make me and you look like freaking Roman Reigns in the ring with him.
There it is. Now it really comes out. Yeah, I gave him his flowers. No, you didn't. It was a backhanded compliment at best.
No, it wasn't.
Oh my God. It takes two to tango, and you only gave compliments to one of the tango dancers.
It's AJ Styles, Santi. If it was anybody else, then I would have been like, shit, all right, cool. It's AJ. He did a hell of a job in there helping make Karrion Kross look good.
You can't even pretend. That's the funny part. You can't even successfully pretend to give a shit about Karrion.
I will say this. I think that my favorite part was when he did not the possum thing. That I don't care about. My favorite part was the little dance that he did afterwards. I laughed.
Oh, the little shimmy.
He got a chuckle. He got a chuckle out of me for that.
Full-blown chuckle out of you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Full blown. What'd you think of it?
I thought the match was fine. Like, listen, like Karrion Kross is never going to wow me with his matches. He never did in NXT, and he hasn't on the main roster. I mostly just like root for him because you root against him, and I just think that's hilarious.
I'm not rooting against him. I'm just, no, there's the
Denise, your biggest compliment of him is that you liked his shimmy. That you liked his shimmy. That is the only compliment you've given to him.
You got to throw the leg in, Santi. He threw in a little leg.
I thought the match was like fine. The post segment.
I give your shimmy a 0.
Well, all right.
That was the worst shimmy I've ever seen.
All right, okay. I didn't know that we were comparing shimmies. Now I didn't bring my A game. That was just a complimentary shimmy. It's not my best shimmy.
Karrion Kross has a better shimmy than Santi. There you go.
Is that the biggest compliment you're going to give him tonight?
That's a compliment right there. Right there.
Okay.
You know what? I do have another compliment. You know what I was thinking about during this?
What?
I liked Karrion Kross bald better.
Oh my God, Denise, that's like praising somebody for being the principal of a homeschool. It's absolutely just nothing to, that's not a compliment.
Yes, it is.
I liked you bald more? How?
Okay. No one ever said that. Usually people, if they have the option of putting someone over with hair or without hair, usually the person with hair gets put over
But
more
you're
than the
not
person
pulling,
without.
you're not
Do you
putting him
know how
over
hard
because he
it
has hair. He has
That's what I'm
hair.
saying.
You are complimenting hypothetical Karrion Kross from like 5 years ago. He has hair.
But that's what I'm saying though. Who honestly looks better bald than they did with hair?
It's not a compliment still.
Yes, it is.
No, it
It's
isn't.
totally a compliment because people are always shitting on bald guys. But I'm like, yo, he actually looks good with the bald head. I prefer the bald head. That's
All
a
right.
compliment.
That's not a compliment. This is
Yes,
just
it
I'm
is.
dying on this
If
hill.
if someone looks good bald, that is a compliment.
Okay. Denise, I think you would look great bald.
Thank you. See, a compliment. You take it and you own it. Oh man, we got Bob.
No, but
Ross.
what if I say I think you would look better bald? How would you take
Okay,
that
see,
now? You see what I mean? Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's move on.
But here's the thing though. I'm not a pro wrestler trying to look menacing. If I was trying to be a scary, for example, okay, let me tell you something. One time I interviewed Joe Hendry, right? And he said to me that he decided to change his entire look up because he would see himself like how he originally looked, and he saw himself and he thought to himself, you know what? I look boring. He thought to himself, I don't look like somebody that I would want to play in a video game or buy his action figure. So what did he do? He changed his look up so that he could look a certain way, right? Because when you're a pro wrestler, you want to look a certain way. And so I just think that Karrion Kross looks scarier and looks meaner and looks tougher with the bald head.
I know. All I'm saying is that you cannot say it's a compliment when he currently doesn't have a bald head. You are saying he looks bad right now, is what I'm saying. You're saying he looks worse at the moment than he would otherwise.
No, I'm just saying.
All I'm saying is I'm
he
dying
would
on the hill
look
that this is not a
tougher.
compliment.
He would look tougher with the bald head. I like the bald head.
I
That's a
would hate to
compliment.
receive compliments from you. If you were like, okay, I have to give Santi compliments, I don't want them. Keep them. Keep them.
Fine. No compliments. All right, we got Bob Ross Jr. who says, on everyone's soul, we are hearing Becky Lynch theme after Tiffany Stratton retains on Saturday. I don't know. That's an interesting one, Santi. I don't know if you saw this, but she did a stand-up comedy show. And in that stand-up comedy show, she just basically mentioned, oh, I'm not wrestling anymore. Maybe I will one day, but not right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting Becky to say that.
I didn't think that she would mention like this. To me makes me wonder, maybe not even Raw after Mania. I don't know.
It's weird because here's the thing. She does have a lot of projects that she's working on. She's doing a lot of stuff outside of, pro wrestling. She's doing like movie roles and things like that. I forget what the details are, but I did see something about that. She's a mom and she's probably going to want to obviously spend time with her child. And she's clearly doing other things like improv. I don't know. It seems like Becky Lynch is kind of getting a taste of what other things she can do without having to go out there and put her body on the line and whatnot, and still reap those same rewards of all of the work that she put in of building the name of Becky Lynch. And now she's reaping those rewards of what it is to be Becky Lynch.
Perhaps. I would have loved to have her in a match at WrestleMania. I really would have. Especially like the women's mid-card could have really benefited from a Becky Lynch. I hope she returns. I really do hope she returns because there's so many awesome potential matches for a Becky Lynch in today's landscape of wrestling.
Right. That's exactly how I feel. We got Nathan and John says Karrion Kross looks badass, not gonna lie, but he'd even look more badass with a bald head. All right, we got Gabriel Zalazar here who says, which non-main event match y'all looking forward to? Me is Ray versus Chad. El Grande Americano, giving Rock Hogan vibes. You're wild and Gabriel. For me, so on the men's side, I'm looking forward to Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. On the women's side, Naomi and Jade.
For me, I would say that I'm looking forward to the women's triple threat the most. That's what I'll go with. The women's triple threat.
Yeah, that's going to be good. That's going to be really good. Thank you, Gabriel. We got Sucho here who says, happy WrestleMania week to both of you. The weekend can't get here any faster. Simple question here tonight, but who do you think will be in the prime bottle this year? Chelsea Green, Chad Gable. I don't know. I'm just trying to name people that are.
I'm saying Mr. Beast. I'm saying Mr. Beast because
like an actual famous person, like
yeah,
from outside of WWE celebrity.
Yeah, because we've had KSI, we've had I Show Speed last year. Both obviously KSI and Logan worked together for Prime. I Show Speed was a Prime affiliate or somebody that was signed to Prime. And now this year, the big partnership that Logan has is with Feastables and Mr. Beast's chocolate bar to make those little Lunchable kits. Have you seen those?
No, I haven't seen them.
They've got like this Lunchable ripoff called Lunchly, and it's a collaboration between KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast. So I'm guessing it's Mr. Beast.
Oh wow, that would be huge.
I hate that I know that much about the world of influencer food materials.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad because I don't really know anything about it. So to be honest, I learned a lot from you right now. See, look, there's a compliment. See, not a bad compliment, good compliment.
No, you know what your definition, like what would have been a Denise compliment there is I would learn so much from you if you were smarter. No, that would be a Denise compliment. That would be a Denise compliment.
I would never say that. I would never say that.
Yeah, but like if you were smarter, oh my God, it's a compliment.
I would learn so much more from you if your IQ was higher. That is so savage. Sucho, thank you so much for the super chat and thank you for the question. It's a really good question, to be honest. We got Nathan and John here who says, I say this with all due respect, War Raiders suck. I like the War Raiders, but I just think that the people don't care about them though. Like,
you know what my chat's calling them?
What?
The Snore Raiders. They're putting people to sleep and I feel bad. It's not their fault. It's just WWE hasn't really been helping them with storytelling or feuds or anything. It's not their fault.
They're good wrestlers, but that's it. They just have them come out and do the and that's it. That's all we got. Unfortunate. We got Dave Koss here who says WWE has done an incredible job of developing baby faces, but they have a heel issue. Outside of Drew, Gunther, Cena, who are the next few main event male heels, need Seth to turn fully at WrestleMania. I've been waiting for Seth Rollins to turn heel for a long time, but look, I'm going to be real with you. I feel like the names that you named are pretty damn strong, specifically with Drew McIntyre. I think Drew McIntyre out of those is doing the best when it comes to the heel work. John Cena, if we saw him a lot more, it'd be great. Gunther cut a really damn good promo today. I might as well mention that right now. He just kind of went off and basically said that, he never loses control and that he plans on losing control, or that if he does lose control, when he did, people are saying he lost control when he beat up Jimmy and did what he did to Jimmy, but he said he did not lose control. And then he's going to do the exact same thing to Jey. And my favorite part about this was when he said he was going to call his own mother afterwards and chat about it. All I want to do now is meet Mama Gunther. That is it. I want to see what she's like.
Yeah, that was what I thought was a fantastic promo. The last 2 and a bit weeks of this feud, it's like, man, why couldn't have been at least half this good in the first several weeks so that we weren't clowning on this feud as much as we were? Because now it's good. Now I'm in. I love what Gunther was saying about yeah, I love bathing in your brother's blood. And now at Mania, I'm going to bathe in yours. And then I'm going to have a nice little nighttime conversation with my mom to brag about it. I thought it was awesome.
I need to meet his mom. That's what I got from this. But yeah, I do see what you're saying, Dave. And I'm always in the mood for more baby faces, more heels on both sides for sure, instead of just people that are kind of just floating around. We got Sucho here who says, feel like we should have done a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental title between Lyra, Bayley, Liv, and Roxanne, and not a tag title match. Shaking my head. So we did get to see Roxanne Perez over on the SmackDown side last week when she faced Tiffany Stratton. That was great. Dude, this is one where, God, I was still saying, why don't we get Bayley and Roxanne? Clearly that ship has sailed. Today we saw Bayley and Liv, and I thought they had a dang fine match. I would have loved to see that match at WrestleMania.
I will continue to bang on the drum of Liv versus Lyra versus Bayley at WrestleMania would have been the match to do.
Yeah, dude. I think that they kind of missed the boat on that for sure. Thank you, Sucho. We got JM here who says Paul will help Seth. Seth wins because Paul is fed up with Roman, and Punk is tired of both of them fighting over him, but Paul won't be Seth's wise man. I'd rather see Paul Heyman just walk out on his own. But I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of people keep throwing this idea out there of Seth and Paul Heyman, but I'm still not really on board with that. But I see what you're saying though here, JM, where like Paul inadvertently maybe helps out Seth Rollins. Maybe he doesn't intend to help him out and then accidentally does. That could be a scenario that plays out. We'll see if that happens. Thank you so much, JM. We got Nathan and John here who says, hear me out. Lyra versus Bayley for WrestleMania women's tag title ladder match. This makes more sense than Bayley and Lyra versus Liv and Raquel. I mean, I don't know
Whatever,
what to say.
sure.
We're on board. Let's see. We got Sin City Saint who says, do you guys think Braun was hurt or just good selling? Looked like he tweaked his knee on the Penta dive. Ref was checking on him. I didn't even catch that, Sin City Saint. Did you catch that, Santi?
I didn't catch it. My chat did, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, no, I didn't catch that. So hopefully not, because we were just talking about how they tend to go a little easier on the shows right before WrestleMania and the PLE so that you indeed avoid situations like this. So hopefully that's not the case. Thank you, Sin City Saint. We got Stephen Marchuli who says, I think Roman Paul turned heel night 1. Seth third man, night 2 cost Cody. No, I don't think anybody should be getting involved at all in that Cody John Cena fiasco. Like, let Cody lose on his own. If anybody gets involved, it's probably going to be The Rock.
I would agree.
Right. Thank you, Steven. We got McTaro here who says Killer Kross is better than Karrion Kross. End of story, Santi.
No one was debating that. I was debating that Denise was trying to sweep under the rug that she believes that was a compliment.
It is. I'm sure someone here agrees with me. All right, we got Oscar Lara. Thank you so much, Oscar. He says, El Grande Americano looks great with hair, but would look better bald. We can't even see El Grande Americano's hair.
See what you've created?
And you know, now we need to get a bunch of pictures of you bald, Santi. Have you ever been bald?
Oh, I've been buzzed, like buzzhead, but not
Randy
like...
Orton?
Yeah, but I've not been like put a razor to my head bald.
You never been a la Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah, never been like that, no.
Yeah, we got Dave Costier who says, happy you said that, Denise. In terms of linear and logical storytelling, I feel Priest and Drew and Naomi and Jade are the best told stories in the build. Yeah, I know a lot of people weren't too high on Priest and Drew, but they've delivered on what they've done. Honestly, it's been simple, but it's been effective. Thank you, Dave.
I agree.
We got Sin City Saint here who says Kaiser is the best heel in WWE. Fight me. I like Ludwig Kaiser, but they have him going out there doing the same thing every week, though.
Some people thought that he was going to get an open challenge with how things were going, but we didn't even see him on this episode of Raw, so it's not likely.
No, I'm surprised he's not. I thought by now he would be in a bigger story heading into WrestleMania, and it seemed like that for a while, but then I guess they just dropped off, so we'll see.
I could see him if they do have him do an open challenge. Maybe that's where you bring back Rusev or not Aleister Black. It looks like Aleister Black is set for April 25th based on like the vignettes, but maybe Rusev answers. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah, that would be kind of enjoyable. Thank you so much, Sin City Saint. All right, let's see where we're at. What haven't we discussed? Rey Mysterio defeated Julius Creed in a fine matchup here. I like stuff like this when you get Brutus or Julius in action, because there are some of my favorites. I did enjoy what we saw here. There was a moment where Julius caught Rey Mysterio when he did his baseball slide. I thought that was kind of fun. There was also a bit where he had him like in a vertical suplex and he was just like walking with him. I thought that was pretty cool. So there were some cool moments there. And of course, Rey Mysterio gets the win here heading into this match with El Grande Americano. I was expecting for the aftermath, I was expecting them to kind of make way that there was going to be like a mask versus mask. I don't know if just the fact that they're teasing that not teasing, but that he's used that little whatever he's been putting inside his mask, the metal piece.
Little metal play, yeah.
Right. I'm assuming that would be the tease heading into a mask versus mask.
Wouldn't you think that mask versus mask would kind of spoil the match? Like, you're not going to have one of those legends like that be unmasked like that, right? Like, there's one legend there that wouldn't be unmasked, obviously.
Right.
And that would be El Grande Americano. It would be
get out of here.
It would be kind of spoiling that El Grande Americano is going to win because they're not going to have him be unmasked. So I feel like it would be a little bit too telegraphed if they were to do mask versus mask that El Grande is going to win. So I hope they don't do that personally.
See, I want them to do the mask versus mask because all I want is for there to be like this anticipation of the great reveal of who the Grande Americano is. But that's why I was thinking it.
I don't know. I just think it sometimes WWE is predictable. They're not going to have the legend get unmasked like that. It's just not going to happen.
All right, let me see what else we got that we haven't discussed here. Jey Uso, I mean, he goes out there, he does his thing. Dang. He basically just went out there, stood in front of the announcement table, and he just basically talked about being locked in on this match in Gunther. Really nothing too much to say about this. Yeah, I'm like,
I literally have nothing on it. I'm like, great. He yeeted less, but then he came out not yeeting, and I'm like, that looks kind of cool. Him like kind of mean mugging in the stand while people around him yeeting, but he's not yeeting back. I'm like, that's kind of sick. All right, I kind of vibe with that. And then he's out there all mean mugging. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of digging this. And then he does all right, start my music again. I'm like, God damn it, we're back at this again.
Yeah, because he did it last week too. Because I mean, after the Jimmy attack, he can't come out and be all happy.
Yeah, look, it was the start of this feud with him going out and like, hey, my music again. That was getting people frustrated with him.
Yeah.
I hate that he went back to it.
I just think they can't help themselves because the crowd gets so into it, and I'm sure they have fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Finn Balor defeated Penta. That was another bit that we got here on the show. A decent match. I don't know that it was my favorite Penta match, but it was decent. I think at this point in the show, though, I was kind of feeling a little bit exhausted, and I was ready to get to the main event segment. That's kind of what I was thinking about during this.
Yeah, here's the thing. I lost interest in the match once Carlito went out there because I was just like, I'm just here to see Carlito get speared again. I was just waiting for that to happen again. So I knew there was going to be a fun little spear moment, and we got like a cool double spear.
It wasn't nowhere near as cool as last week. So I was like, okay, yeah, double spear. All right.
They tried, but yeah, it was an all right match. Nothing crazy, like you said. Pretty safe stuff as we go into WrestleMania, which I'm not surprised ultimately.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that too. Alrighty, I think we pretty much covered everything on Monday Night Raw. Like we said, it wasn't a show full of fireworks.
We spent more time debating the bald Karrion Kross thing, by the way, than we did every other segment outside of the triple threat main event stuff.
I feel I should put a poll. Do you like Karrion Kross more bald or with hair?
Well, everyone's gonna say bald because I agree. That's not no, you're changing the question. You're gaslighting this community. That is
Wait,
not.
how did I change the question? I didn't
because that's not what the argument was about. That is not what the argument was about.
Okay, what was your argument? Was that my thing wasn't a compliment?
Yes.
But you're agreeing that I'm right, though.
Correct, but that's not a compliment.
But it's still something, but I'm right.
You're complimenting somebody for features they no longer have. That is not what a compliment is.
Okay, fine. But the point still stands, though. I'm right. Karrion Kross looks better bald. So technically,
you're moving the goalpost. That is not what the argument was about. And you know it. You are acting in bad faith right now.
I'm right now. I'm right. Bald head, superior.
All right, let's wrap this up.
We got Julius Calloway here who says, I don't support either, but Santi, Denise, please pick one or else. Cena Dom won't win gold at Mania. Gable is El Grande Americano, or she shouldn't be at Mania. Okay.
I have no idea what you want here, bro.
I was hoping you knew.
Thanks for the super chat, brother. I have no idea what you want.
I'm guessing the question. Please pick one or else. Cena Dom won't win gold at Mania. Gable is Grande Americano. He shouldn't be at Mania. Okay, I think Cena's winning gold. Dom's, I don't think is winning gold. He might though. And El Grande Americano. And you know what? Chad Gable should not be at WrestleMania. There. I think I answered the question.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell the question was.
Julius, thank you so much for the super chat. We got Well-Rounded Leo who says, I'm confused based on action. Isn't Roman basically a heel? Are you only of a face if a fans cheer for you no matter what you do? No, you are a heel based off of your actions. You are a baby face based off of your actions. So Roman was a babyface, right? When he came back to SummerSlam, he was a babyface. He never had a heel turn since then. He has just been Roman Reigns with traits of the heel Roman Reigns. But technically, now that he shoved Paul Heyman, that could be considered a heel thing. Therefore, I don't see it as a heel turn. It might actually be, though.
Mayhaps. I don't know.
We got Bob Ross Jr. who says, I have initiated an investigation to identify the leader of Dark State with Santi, Julia, and Ava emerging as potential suspects. I think you'd fit in well in Dark State, Santi.
My community thinks it's Stacks, by the way.
I've been seeing a couple people say that.
Which I think would just be the most bleh reveal ever if it ends up being Stacks.
Yeah, but hey, they got to build up somebody, right? By the way, you didn't get my backhanded compliment that I gave you. I said you look like you'd fit in well with Dark State.
Oh, thanks.
That was the backhanded compliment.
Thank you. Yeah. No, because I look better with a mask. You know, when you hide your face from the public, you look so much better.
Cyclops is better than Wolverine says, don't let Denise gas you like Seth, bro. I'm not, I swear. Thank you, Cyclops. Alrighty, I think we got it all, everyone. Thank you so much. Santi, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at all things Santi Zap, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it might be. Google it, pick your poison.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. YouTube.com/Denise Salcedo. Been posting on my daily stuff. I will be at WrestleMania in Long Beach, in Las Vegas this Wednesday. So keep an eye out. I'll be posting a lot of different stuff on the ground. So yeah, if you guys want to be updated on everything WrestleMania, I will be doing so on social media and on YouTube. Thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you here next Monday. Bye, everyone. Take care.